to talk about today. The Aaron Rodgers chase. We'll talk about a little bit about free agency, a lot of the other things we're going to discuss. Give me 1 second, folks. We're going to connect the audio and get to the show. Hold on.
Blog Talk Radio.
What's going on, folks? It's your boy Long Beach Joe, and I am back at it. Okay? I'm back at it again, man. Listen, we have a lot to talk about today. A lot going on with the New York Jets. You know what I'm saying? We chasing Aaron Rodgers, baby. We chasing Aaron Rodgers. Did you know that? Did you? Yeah, we trying to make some things happen around here. You know what I'm talking about? So we're getting that done. We got other things as well. We're going to talk about the recent reports. As of right now, as we're on the show, as the show's rolling, he has yet to make an official decision, but we'll see what happens. Maybe it'll happen during the show. You know what I'm saying? That'd be wonderful, right? We're also going to be talking about some other things that the Jets have done on the roster. There's been some moves that have made, some restructures, trades, cuts, free agency. We're going to be discussing it all. So call in 515-602-9639. 515-602-9639 is the number. Call in. We're taking all calls. But before I just get going, you can tell that I'm hyped, okay? Listen. Let me start the show off. I'm the man of the people. I am here for the people. Let me shamelessly promote my Facebook page. Go on Facebook, search The Long Beach Joe Show. Like that page. My content's up there as well. Go ahead and give it a listen. Message me. I'll message you right back. I love going back and forth with you folks about this football team. Also, leave me some feedback. I love hearing about what you folks think I do here again on this show. Okay? I love it. I love going back and forth. I'm also on Twitter as well. Going over to Twitter at The Long Beach Joe, at The Long Beach Joe on Twitter. Okay. My personal page is at YoungJ000. Okay. Go ahead and hit your boy up. Follow me. I'll follow you right back. We can go back and forth on there as well. For those of you that are new, some people don't know this. You know, some people just listen to me on Blog Talk. Okay. Blog Talk, .com/Long Beach Joe Show. Some people just check me out on my iTunes. Again, we're on iTunes. Go on over to iTunes. Type in The Long Beach Joe Show. Subscribe to the podcast. All right. Give me some feedback. Give me a 5-star rating. Let me know how you folks feel about what I'm doing here. I love that feedback as well. But we're also on YouTube. Okay. We stream live on YouTube. We talk to the people. Salutes to all the savages in the chat. Kevin Callahan, I see you, Kevin. Salutes to you. Listen, for those of you that do not know, we do the show live on YouTube as well. If you want to come over and interact with everyone, all the savages in the chat, do you know why I call my chat the savages? They're savage. Savage! Listen, they get after everyone, man. Okay? Nobody is safe. If they don't like your take, if they don't like what you're spitting, if they don't like what you're bringing to the table, best believe they're going to let you know about it, player. All right? And nobody's safe. Not even me. Not even me. They get at me too. You know? So if you want to interact with the savages, come on over to YouTube. All right? Type in Long Beach Joe Jets. Long Beach Joe Jets on YouTube. Subscribe. Hit that notification bell. So when I post content, you folks will be in the know. All right? Yeesh. We getting it going. I'm fired up today, y'all. I'm fired up today, and we're going to get into it, okay? Listen, with all that put aside, salutes again to all the savages in the chat. Everybody going back and forth. Callers, we'll get to y'all in a second. Lines are hot, 515-602-9639. It's that type of night, All right. It's that type of night. Again, the New York Jets are chasing Aaron Rodgers, and to this point, the compensation and contract have been worked out, right? As we all know, or some of us may not know, Robert Saleh, Joe Douglas, Woody Johnson flew to California after getting permission from the Packers to speak with Aaron Rodgers. They flew to California and met with Aaron Rodgers, okay? Had a little talk with him to try to sway him, convince him to come over and become a New York Jet. Now, since that meeting, okay, it's been reported by Diana Rossini, since the meetings with Aaron Rodgers, there is optimism in the Jets organization that they'll land Aaron Rodgers, okay? People are feeling good about it. But then Tom Pellegrino also reported that the Jets have worked through compensation again for Aaron Rodgers, so everything's on the up and up there, right? And it's just left to him to let the Packers know what he wants to do. Now, there's a little tidbit with that as well, okay? Because Woody Johnson, okay, when you look at the compensation that's been worked out between the Jets and the Packers, it's going to be very interesting to see what that all encompasses. How much the New York Jets are going to have to give up to get Aaron Rodgers. That's one of the things that came to my mind when they started speaking about this compensation, because it was also reported that Woody Johnson doesn't want to pay the full $59.5 million that will be owed to Aaron Rodgers, right? Of course, his cap number comes down. It's a lot of contract talk. But $59.5 million is what, he'd be getting paid. But when you start to talk about that, kind of taking away as far as what we're going to pay, how much the Packers are going to pay, how much the Jets are going to pay of it, I'm starting to wonder how that will be worked out when we're talking about compensation. If the Jets don't want to pay all of that, then do the Jets end up giving a little bit more picks away? If the Jets pay more of that, do the Jets give less picks away? It's going to be very interesting to see how much Joe Douglas is going to have to give up to get a quarterback the ilk of Aaron Rodgers. Again, there was a lot of things said, right? At one point, there was talks that Aaron Rodgers, the Packers were looking for 2 first-round picks. That was the talk. They're looking for 2 first-round picks. That's the standard there. That's what they're looking for. But there's a lot of people talking now, a lot of analysts saying now that the Jets could be getting him for less than 2 first-round picks. We know that Joe Douglas is a guy that makes moves. We know that Joe Douglas is a finagler. He be finessing people, and we're going to talk about another finesse he just pulled off. We were in it for Tyreek Hill, and we weren't even going to give up a first-round pick to get that man. So it's going to be very interesting to see how that plays out as far as compensation. But as of now, okay, as I'm filming this show, as we're sitting here and we're live, salutes to all the savages in the chat. We're going to go back and forth, okay? We'll be talking to them in a second. As of right now, right, the trade has not happened yet because it is all on Aaron Rodgers' doorstep. We are waiting for Aaron Rodgers to make his decision. And you know why this is a big decision? It's because if the New York Jets get Aaron Rodgers, it truly changes the trajectory of our franchise. It does. Of course, the on-the-field stuff, right? We all know that if we're getting the Aaron Rodgers that we've seen, right, and salutes to all the savages in the chat. I see y'all going off. We'll get to y'all in a second. If we get the Aaron Rodgers that we have seen, the Aaron Rodgers that we're hyped up for, clamoring for here, the Aaron Rodgers that we believe can come here and save the New York Jets quarterback position, then the on-the-field stuff is going to work out. Garrett Wilson is going to become even more deadly, even more of a menace to the rest of the league. I'm here for that. Elijah Moore is going to be able to go out there and handle business the way we all believe that he should be able to handle business. He'll finally have a quarterback that will be able to get him the ball, right? Our running game will improve because the way the defenses defend us will have to change. You can't just load the box now, all right? You'll get cooked. All of that will work, right? That's just something off to the side. But what changes for us as well is our attractiveness. How good we start to look in the eyes of some of these free agents. Free agency's coming up. It's around the corner. All right. Legal tampering period starts on the 13th. Okay. So when you look at that, you get a lot of Jets players that also are realizing that, and they're starting to lobby for him, right? They've been lobbying for him. Mekhi Becton, Breece Hall, Michael Carter, all these guys publicly lobbying for Aaron Rodgers. Then you got Sauce Gardner. Sauce Gardner is doing a whole lot. As we saw, he's on his stream saying that if the Jets land Aaron Rodgers, it's package deals all over. He said he can't tell you who, but just know that they happening. All right? He's talking. He is talking. They've also, he tried to continue to recruit Aaron Rodgers. They burned the cheese head, okay? They burned the cheese head for Green Bay to try to continue to help recruit Aaron Rodgers and bring him here as well. Him, Breece Hall, Garrett Wilson was in that video as well. Jets players understand that. They understand if they get this guy, this legend, that's going to come here and truly legitimize the New York Jets quarterback position with the star power that he brings. These guys love him, okay? Around the league, they know what Aaron Rodgers can bring to the table. The same way that around the league, right, people knew what Tom Brady brought to the table. Tom Brady was with the Patriots. People would come there because they wanted to play with Tom Brady. They wanted to play with a guy that they looked at and said, hey, he's the GOAT. I want to be there. The same way that when he left from the Patriots and went to the Buccaneers, you saw guys follow him over there as well. Free agents that were coming, signing cheaper deals than they should because they knew, hey, Tom Brady puts me in a position to get a ring. Gronkowski came out of retirement to go play with that guy so that he could get himself another ring. So that's what Aaron Rodgers can do for the Jets. All of a sudden, even more free agents want to come here. Can happen. You also got people talking about, like Ryan Leaf, talking about that Aaron Rodgers doesn't help fix the New York Jets, and that's wrong. If you look at the Jets, the biggest issue with us, you look at our offense, it was scoring. We couldn't get it done. People are acting like the Jets are just trash and we can't handle business. The New York Jets defense is unbelievable. We matched up with the Bills this year. Beat them early in the year, 20-17. We lost 20-12 the second time. But even the loss, it was right there. Right? You go talk to the Bills. Look at the first game, Josh Allen, head in his hand, talking about, oh man, I played terrible. You listen to those Bills players talk about how the gap is definitely a lot closer than before and that the New York Jets are not the same team that they've been in the past. He said that. All right? We need a quarterback. We need some guy that's going to be able to come in here. We need Aaron Rodgers. Played Miami this year as well. People mentioning, well, how are you going to leapfrog Miami? Are you going to be better than Miami? We beat Miami 40-17 earlier this year. Lost to him the last game of the season, 11-6. Quarterback play. We hung in there with the Vikings. Vikings was a Super Bowl pick for a lot of people. They beat us 27-22, not 57-22, not 67-22, 27-22. The New York Jets went to the red zone in that game 6 times and only came away with 1 score in the red zone. 1. You don't think if Aaron Rodgers is our quarterback that we come away with more than 1 score in the red zone? Are you crazy? We'd have beat the Vikings. If the Jets had better quarterback play this season, if the Jets had Aaron Rodgers this season, we would easily be a 15, probably 16-win team easily. People got to wake up, man. People got to wake up. Aaron Rodgers would help fix a lot of the issues that we have here. But we're just waiting for him to make his decision. We're going to be talking to the folks tonight. Also, CJ Uzomah restructured his contract as well, lowering his cap number to $6.7 million. All right. The Jets also made a trade as well, acquiring Chuck Clark from the Ravens. That was a brilliant move. This is a guy that's a good safety. The Jets only gave up a 2024 7th-round pick. But the trade is not official until March 15th. Keep that in mind, folks. Keep that in mind. We also released Braxton Berrios as well to save $5 million on the cap. And let me tell you something. Dwayne Brown looking like he's going to play a 17th season. I'm hearing a lot of good things about him. Robert Saleh said he looks like a freaking rock star. He's a freaking rock star. That's what he called him. Talked about the shoulder issue that he went through, the surgery. Okay? It's looking like he might come back and possibly be, on the New York Jets roster, maybe a starter. I don't know. We're going to be talking about that. Oh, and by the way, can we also talk about how good that boy Mekhi Becton is looking? Can we talk about that, please? This dude's in the gym all day, every day. I'm talking dominating. He's looking like he's going to be back, fired up, ready to go this upcoming season. And he's taking names. I'm just saying. So we're going to get to these lines. 515-602-9639. 515-602-9639 is the number. Call in. I'm taking all callers. Keep in mind when you call in, new callers, please be patient. We will get to everybody. I could go on forever. I don't want to. Also, salutes to the Savages in the chat. I'm going to go back and forth with y'all as well. I know that there's going to be a lot of news flowing in today. We're going to talk. We're going to go back and forth, but everybody be patient. All right? Fired up, and I cannot wait. So we're going to get to these lines. Again, 515-602-9639. 515-602-9639 is the number. Call in. Please give the stream a thumbs up. Subscribe if you have not subscribed. Share the stream with your friends and your family. All right, share the show across your social media as well. And if you want to get to the platform, Super Chat's there. Cash App is at the bottom of the screen if you just want to go through the Cash App. Let's get to these lines, man. I'm hyped. I cannot wait to talk about this with everybody. So, first call I'm going to go to, I think this is my guy, Val. I think this is Val. You know how Val do. Val want to call in extra early. He need his shine. Let me see if this is my guy, Val. Val, is this you, man? Let me make sure this is you.
Salute.
Val, listen, hold on. Before we get going, you already know. Listen, Val, he's a savage. Savage. Val, listen, you already know what time it is. We're talking right now. Aaron Rodgers, all the developments that are going on. What are your thoughts on all the developments that are happening as the New York Jets are chasing Aaron Rodgers? How are you feeling about this, man?
Yo, we still don't have a quarterback? I mean, it's been 2 months now? Man. We've been getting tortured, man.
Yeah.
But hey, man, I see some progress. Woody Johnson and the whole staff, the record label, and the whole staff, everybody, got on the plane.
Mm-hmm.
They all met up with Aaron Rodgers and stuff. So let's see what happens, man. We're still playing the waiting game. Free agency's around the corner,
Yep.
And so. Hopefully, news breaks. That's all we're waiting for. All content creators, they're probably tired of talking about quarterbacks and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
They're waiting for something to at least happen. So, so hopefully this is the week that it happens or, by Monday for sure.
So what when you're seeing all these things, right, especially a lot of the players just out there publicly recruiting for him via social media, Sauce Gardner talking about how if he were to get here, if the Jets were to sign Aaron Rodgers, that package deals would come with that as well. Man, how do you feel about that? What are your thoughts about the Jets players just going out to kind of recruit him and bring him in? How do you feel about what they're doing, man?
Listen, this is what we needed as a whole team. This is what you mean by a team that really cares about being here and wants to win. Mm-hmm. And these are rookies. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? These are rookies that are just coming into their second year. They want to win, and they're hungry. And that's what I love. I want to see players being actively out there recruiting. I just seen Sauce Gardner. He had a picture with Odell Beckham. He was FaceTiming Odell Beckham.
Mm-hmm.
He's actively recruiting. He's doing Joe Douglas' job right now, so he could be on the secretary on the off season because, man, he's recruiting. Mm-hmm. And I'm loving it. He even posted his first video of him, trying to recruit Aaron Rodgers on YouTube, and I seen that he was burning the cheesehead, after we gave him that brutal loss. But hey, I'm loving it, man. They got to keep it up, man. I love it.
Yeah, man. I'm hoping we get him. I know everybody's a little nervous. We're waiting to see, but at this point, all the reports that we've gotten, it's either New York Jets or retire. Right? That's pretty much what's been said. Everybody knows there's nobody else in the race at this point. Right? It's just the New York Jets saying, hey, we want you. We need you here. what's going on. We've done the work. The contract's done. The compensation has been sent to the Packers. Seems like it's okay. Again, I don't think they would have granted us permission to speak with Aaron Rodgers unless that compensation was done. So here we are sitting, waiting for Aaron Rodgers, and we'll see what happens going forward with him. I'm hyped now. My final question on this subject is, we've talked a little bit about the players and what they want. Everybody's hyped about them. What are your thoughts on people that are coming out and saying that the New York Jets have no business trying to land Aaron Rodgers? Guys like, Ryan Leaf talking about how the Jets should stay away from Aaron Rodgers. They should chase other quarterbacks. You talked about Lamar Jackson. What are your thoughts about that, man?
Just like how you were saying in that video, man, I guess they just do not want the Jets to win at all. They don't want us to get no type of quarterback. They don't want us to be happy at all. They just want us to be the laughing stock and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. It's just like, they were shocked because they had us losing every game. Remember that last year. Mm-hmm. They had us losing every game. But one game, we was probably going to win 1 or 2 games last year, and then we just shocked everybody. The only thing that kept us back was the quarterback position. So we get this quarterback situation together, man. I'm gonna be hyped. Like I said, I'm not a big advocator for Aaron Rodgers, but if he's on my team, I'm with him. But I just hope mentally he's there. Because I don't want to deal with this next year, and he's not sure if he wants to keep playing. So hopefully they talk to him and they see where his head is at and everything like that, because I want him to at least guarantee us 2 years, at least 2 years. If you can give us 2 years of continental football, I would love it. But other than that, if it's a year, then it's really not worth it, and especially if we're giving up our number 1 overall pick. I mean, first overall pick and stuff like that. That's not a trade, in my opinion. So yeah, but I feel like they just don't want to see us happy.
Yeah, that's the same way I feel.
That cloud to stay hovering over MetLife Stadium.
Yeah, that's a fact. No, you're talking facts. I'm telling you, there are a lot of people in the mainstream media that are invested in the New York Jets remaining bad. I'm telling you, it's easy clicks, right? No matter what happens, if the Jets don't have a quarterback, if they don't have a team put together, you can just say that they suck, right? We don't get many primetime games if we're not really putting it together. And then we could just say the Jets are trash every single year. We can write easy clickbait articles where you can barely know the roster. It doesn't matter. They're not going to get it done over and over. Same rigmarole, right? And we can just keep doing that. But as the Jets progress, we get better. We get a quarterback. You can't do that anymore. You actually got to work. Because now you got to actually look at the team, evaluate, and talk about the positives. Go ahead.
And we actually have players out there actively recruiting and stuff like that. So, I'm loving it as well, too.
Yeah.
And thank God for the YouTube, community with the Jets, because we actually get more info than they actually show on these networks and these networks and shows and everything like that, because they just talk bad about us or they clickbait us to death. So you know how it goes. So YouTube, you're gonna get the most realist out of the content creators and stuff like that. That's why I always love watching y'all. I watch y'all more than ESPN or NFL Network, because you're gonna either hear the Cowboys, the Patriots, or the Chiefs now.
Yeah,
that's the hot thing. So but I'm loving it.
Yeah, I'm telling you, we keep it real. I tell you, that's YouTube community keeps it real. Now, my final question before I let you go, Val, because the line's is hot. We trade for Chuck Clark.
I know.
Right? Trade for Chuck Clark. Only gave up a 7th-round pick. What are your thoughts on this move by Joe Douglas, man?
Man, Joe Douglas, I'm telling you, man, he has a gift when it comes to trading. When it comes to trades, he has that gift to give out the least amount to get a good, productive player and stuff like that. Yes, some of his decision-making sometimes on the offseason is questionable, but he saved himself basically with that last draft because he aced it. I can't even lie. So, but yeah, that was actually a good trade and stuff. So, you have a 27-year-old safety. He's good. He's a starting quarterback. Starting safety, and he's been very active. He hasn't been he's not injury prone. He played a full season last season, so he's durable and he's active. So we definitely need that. So the question is Whitehead still going to be with the team? That's time to tell about that.
No, and that's a beautiful question because I looked at that situation as well, and I started to say, that can open the door for Whitehead being gone. But again, there's ways that they can keep those two guys. Maybe they get rid of Ashton Davis, save themselves some cap money, and maybe they chase. Again, I'm going to talk about this guy because I think he could be a target for the New York Jets in free agency, and I don't think he's going to cost them the farm at all or anywhere near close to it, and it's Jimmy Ward. Okay, just know that Joe told y'all that name. Jimmy Ward played with the Niners. He's a free safety, very versatile, very familiar with Robert Saleh. Saleh coached him, gave him his chance. He went out there, performed very well, had a lot of things go on with the Niners as of recent, and it's looking like he's a guy that's going to be testing free agency as of right now. Again, things are moving fast. Let me tell you something. He's a guy that can come in here and play some free safety. Maybe we keep Clark, Whitehead, and have Ward back there at free safety, and then, boy, the New York Jets defense.
His former teammate is, right?
Yeah. I'm telling you.
DJ Reed was actively trying to recruit him as well, too.
Yeah, I'm telling you. Like, this Jets defense should just become unbelievably stifling. Because at this point, again, everybody talked about it last year. The issue was the safety play as well. Go ahead. I'll give you the final word.
Okay. So I was saying if we add some more pieces to this defense that we already had, and we just get a quarterback, oh my God, we're going to be scary.
Bro.
We are going to be really scary.
I'm telling you.
How do you feel about Odell Beckham? Do you want Odell or anything?
I mean, okay, look. I like Odell. Everybody knows that. I've wanted him on the New York Jets for years. Okay, Val, don't act like y'all don't know. Okay, I've wanted him on the Jets for years. Okay, but here's the deal.
You're talking about him.
I like Odell. I think he's great. I'm a little worried about the mesh of personalities. Again, Odell spent some time away. He's looking good, though. He's working out. He looks like he's recovered well. I know he's taking his time. But I need to know that Odell is all in, because a while ago he was talking about, well, I only want to show up for a couple of weeks. And it was, he was saying a lot of different things about the way that he wanted to get involved with football teams. But if he's fully committed, ready to go, and going to give us the Odell that, could come in here and be productive, absolutely I want to see Odell here. But the deal has to be right, okay? I don't want the New York Jets to blow out their cap. Again, we have a lot of really good players, a lot of good young players, Garrett Wilson, Elijah Moore. Adding Odell would be phenomenal, but it just has to be right for the New York Jets.
You want to have the right personality in it.
Exactly. That's another thing I think a lot of people are not thinking about is that
two different personalities.
Yep. That's the thing I think a lot of people are not thinking about is we're becoming more attractive, and players want to come here, but we got to make sure we get the right personalities, because a lot of these guys are going to come here to ring chase, and guys sometimes have their own agendas and come here and want to be a superstar and still think, no, hey, whoa, we're still building. We still got young, impressionable players. Yeah, hold up. We still got a culture here we're trying to build. But let me tell you, if they're a fit, like Odell Beckham, the type of dog he is, the type of things that he can help with and lead, and he's a guy that's been there. We've seen him. He won a Super Bowl. He got injured, but he won that Super Bowl. He was integral with the Rams that year. I like what he can bring to the table. You know what I'm saying? I like what he can bring to the table. But Val, I got to let you go. The lines are hot. We got to get to everybody. Listen, thank you for calling in. Next time I have a show, I want to hear from you, all right?
All right, man. Have a good show, man. And I'm going to keep listening. Everybody like and subscribe to Joe. Keep doing your thing, Joe. I'm about to slide.
All right, salutes. Have a good one. We're going to keep getting to these lines. Again, 515-602-9639. 515-602-9639 is the number. Call in. Listen, new callers, new people. Be patient. We get to everybody. My hold times are not long, but I'm telling you, the lines are hot tonight, okay? Again, please give the stream a thumbs up. Share the stream as well. Subscribe on the YouTube if you have not subscribed already, okay? If you want to give to the stream, Super Chat's there. Cash App is at the bottom of the screen. We're going to continue with these lines, continue with these calls, because they are phenomenal. Next, I'm going to go to my guy, Jake. I'm going to go to Jake. Ted, Jason, Steve, other callers, hold on. We're going to Jake. Jake, salutes to you. I want to thank you for calling in tonight. For those of you that do not know, hey, the man Jake, he's a savage. I ain't gonna lie. Savage. Salutes to you, Jake. The New York Jets are chasing Aaron Rodgers. What are your thoughts, man, in these developments? We've met with them Now the compensation and contract has been worked out. We are simply waiting for Aaron Rodgers. Yes, no, tell us where he stands. Give me your thoughts, man.
Joe, good evening. And to quote the words of Stephen A. Smith, I can't wait for that big bad man that comes to New York. So, looking very happy right now.
Okay.
People, he is coming.
Okay.
He is coming.
Okay. Listen, we all know that you're hyped up, Jake. We've gone back and forth for weeks about Aaron Rodgers, and he was your guy. You want him here left and right. Now, one of the things we're starting to see as well, right, is that the New York Jets, I believe, will become a more attractive place when Aaron Rodgers is here. Sauce Gardner comes out and talk about a lot of package deals left and right. Do you believe that Aaron Rodgers, yourself, do you believe that Aaron Rodgers will make this more of a bigger free agent destination? Could you see guys taking cheap deals to come here the same way that they did when Tom Brady went to the Buccaneers?
Yeah. But I don't really want guys like Odell. I still want good culture guys. I don't want people going to come in here and make it about themselves.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I know. I'll be fair. Rodgers does have a personality. I get that.
I was about to say, bro.
At this point
gotta
now,
keep it real.
quarterback is one position. Yeah, no, the quarterback position is the one position at this point I'm willing to pass if it's going to, unless he's a mass murderer or something. Obviously, he's not that at this point. But it's just having someone here who's going to set a good culture, and I just do not want other people. That's why I think it's very simple that we're going to bring in guys like Randall Cobb. Lazard will be definitely attractive. It depends. Well, I did hear that Bob Chiari got his deal restructured, so I'm not sure what's going on with that per se.
Mm-hmm.
It's not crazy to think that the dinner they had in Malibu, he may have said, listen, like, in a deal, I would like to get David on this deal. So if you could factor him in a trade, that might be part of it. So now, do I believe they had full compensation agreed on before the trip? 100%. I think they had a pretty good framework on what that. And the reason why I'm still very confident is, like, Dwayne Brown says he's coming back when he wasn't sure. CJ Uzama's restructuring his contract. They already let Barrios go.
Mm-hmm.
You're not making these kind of deals, out of nowhere. There's a reason, a rationale to what they're trying to do here. So it's just, to me, to say that, like, he's just going to surprisingly just retire. I really believe after the darkness he would have decided that fairly fast. I don't think he was going to, take this the Brett Favre situation, go into the summer and flip-flop his answer. I think he knows what he wants, and I think he said it at that restaurant. I think he really told him that. Now, the whole Woody Johnson thing, well, I'm not surprised. He's a grifter. I don't believe a single word that man. He wants to save every dollar, but I believe Joe Douglas is really the mastermind behind all of this.
Okay.
And, I'm sorry, no, JD and Hackett.
Mm-hmm.
People give Hackett his credit.
Mm-hmm.
He deserves a lot of credit, because I knew the second we signed him, I said, this smells like Aaron Rodgers. Where there's smoke, there's fire. It's Aaron Rodgers. I just, to sit here and say it was Derek Carr. Look, let's also get to the reality here, is that they told Derek Carr and said, we're getting Rodgers. Like, they made it clear to him, say, we are getting Rodgers. Thank you, Derek. Go sign with the Saints, wherever you want to do. So everyone made the news about, we screwed up against Carr. No, they had a plan. You can tell that these guys have a plan.
Well, I will say, hold on a second. I will say this. Maybe that's your opinion, and I respect that. I don't think they necessarily told Derek Carr, we're getting Aaron Rodgers, and that's that, and they just kind of fluff. No, I believe that, yes, they were looking into Aaron Rodgers. They're trying to figure things out. But to also hedge their bets, they said, hey, we're going to take a meeting with him. We're going to talk to him as well. And I think that they asked him, or this is my opinion, I think that they talked to Derek Carr and said, listen, we're also, going to be looking at other options as well. Give us some time. And I think that Derek Carr looked at the situation and said, listen, I'm not going to wait. If I'm not a top priority to you, then I'm going to move forward, which I respect that, right? I respect that. But I think that the New York Jets, have made their decision. They're going to chase this guy. But Derek Carr, again, was a great option, right? He was a guy that was a free agent at the time before he signed with the Saints. Free agent, didn't cost you anything. It could come in here and be phenomenal. I know that you don't believe that, Jake. We've gone back and forth about that. But I still think that Derek Carr was a realistic option for the Jets. And I think, again, there's reports that there was a lot of people in the building that really liked Derek Carr as well. But I think, again, one of the things that we talked about is the greatness of Aaron Rodgers. We all get it. Like that clearly would make him a priority, right? If you looked at all the guys that were quote unquote available, right? Because there's a lot of shakeup and a lot of talk about who was available. Aaron Rodgers was on the top of that list. But also, I think who may have gotten involved, and I want to get your thoughts on this, was Woody Johnson. There's a lot of reports swirling that Woody Johnson really wants Aaron Rodgers, wanted him from the jump, and that is what kind of made that turn towards Aaron Rodgers the way to go. What are your thoughts about the reports of Woody Johnson getting involved in football business? This has been bad in the past. I love that we're chasing Aaron Rodgers. I do, and I want to see him a Jet. But this has been bad in the past. Do you think that Woody's influence is what really turned this and made this happen as well?
Yeah, look, back to your point about Carr, you're not wrong. That's a real possibility that probably did happen, and I'm not going to rule that out. I just believe they have a lot more traction with Rodgers prior. But anyway, with Woody, yeah, of course, he's about tickets. Mm-hmm. The guy's all about tickets and attraction. That's always been a toy to him. Mm-hmm. It's same with Leon Hess. It's just their owners that it's about toys. And he probably did. I mean, thank God the moron finally had like the brain to say that we had picked the right quarterback, because it all fits in the right situation on the short-term window. It's a short-term window. Yeah, the trust fund baby. Man, come on. Him and Christopher, the trust fund baby. I'm not going to tell you these guys about it.
The disrespectful thoughts about the Johnsons are Jake's opinions and only Jake's opinions. If Woody Johnson listens to my show, you call him an idiot on a weekly basis. I didn't say that. I respect him. He's made some questionable moves, but I respect him. So as we continue on, right, I know we're all talking about Aaron Rodgers. We're fired up, but there's other moves that the New York Jets have made as well. The trade for Chuck Clark, Jets only give up a 7th-round pick for a safety. What are your thoughts about that, man? And do you think that this opens the door to the New York Jets possibly releasing Jordan Whitehead?
If you mind me asking, Joe, I didn't do my work. How much is the salary cap hit with Whitehead this upcoming year?
It's $10.2 million.
Ooh. I mean, based on what I heard about Chuck Clark being a starter, and that obviously they had Marcus Williams and Kyle Hamilton. Mm-hmm. I thought Kyle Hamilton was an idiotic pick anyway. Yeah, I mean, for a 7th round, I don't like Notre Dame players. That's just my personal opinion.
Okay.
But yeah,
okay, let's go. That's something we agree on. Go ahead.
Outside of offensive line, Notre Dame players never succeed. Who succeeds? Like Julius Thomas? Like nobody. Like Julius Jones? No.
Yeah.
It's
That school sucks.
And I can go into a whole different, Zach Martin. I'll take the offensive line.
Yeah.
Claypool, all these guys, whatever. Anyway, so I think right now in this situation, you have a guy like Clark that could step in. It's a Baltimore kind of guy. You can tell that JD has his connections with them. The Jimmy Ward thing, I'll tell you wholeheartedly, I love that idea too. Mm-hmm. I wanted Jaquiski Tart the last 2 years, and obviously he kind of fizzled out. So, and I just read about Tayshaun Gibson. He's coming back out of retirement, or he's not going to retirement. He wants to keep playing. Mm-hmm. So that makes perfect sense. I don't know. I mean, Jimmy's going to want to get paid. Not severely paid, but he's going to want to get something on a market level. So the question is it a swap? Do we really think that it's worth swapping like Whitehead for him and paying the same kind of money? I think that's something you have to think about.
Mm-hmm. Well, what I was thinking was maybe we keep Whitehead, Chuck, and then move on clearly from Joyner and just bring in Jimmy Ward, because Jimmy Ward can play that free safety role. And then what you have there is you have a set of dominant safeties, right? And you can move on from Ashton Davis as well. He don't do a damn thing for the defense, really. Right? So when you look at when you look at that, you look at that, like Will Parks, I believe, is a free agent as well. So when you look at that situation, boy, oh boy, does that set up a really nice safety back in there, which was a lot of people talked about. The safety play was very up and down last season. It was one of the weaknesses of the defense. I thought that Whitehead wasn't as bad as a lot of people talked about. But then you got that free safety in there. Now you got Whitehead, you got Clark, You could move them all around, especially you could move around Jimmy Ward. Whoa, he is so versatile. It's crazy. The Niners made him a corner at one point, trying to get him there at nickel. So he can move all around the place, but free safety is where he really shines. And then again, we got the corners, we got pass rushers. We can add more in the draft. I think that looks good. Again, like you said as well, it would depend on how much Jimmy Ward would command. Again, I think 5, 6, at the most, maybe $7 million is probably where you're going to find him. But again, with the connections with Sulla and all the great things we have coming here, I think that we can end up with him and really, really complete our defense. So my final question for you as we continue on, man, free agency's around the corner. Again, legal tampering is going to start on the 13th. The New York Jets are looking at situations. We released Braxton Berrios. When you look at the Jets free agents, right, currently, what is one guy that you feel like is a must-have? What is one guy that you're looking at that's an unrestricted free agent for the New York Jets that you covet and you want to see him come back?
Bryce Huff.
Okay.
Bryce Huff. Can I like Microsoft Word it, Sam, and just repeat it over and over? Yes, Bryce Huff.
Okay. You said Bryce Huff. All right. I respect that. Listen, Jake.
No, he is. Go ahead. The best pass rusher on this team next to Quentin Williams. It's not even a question.
Wow.
He deserves his money.
Okay.
John Franklin Myers will be off this team much faster than him. Let's put it that way.
Okay.
And Carl Lawson. Sorry, I love Carl, but he's not worth the money after 3 injuries at this point. It's Bryce Huff.
Okay.
Not a question.
All right, you saying Bryce Huff, so it is what it is. All right, you want to bring it back. Listen, Bryce Huff was phenomenal this year, especially on the third downs, bringing the pressure. I loved it. But listen, Jake, I got to slide off. I got other callers. I want to thank you for calling in. You have yourself a good day, my friend.
Yeah, and by the way, Joe, hold your horses on Mekhi Becton. Let's see if he comes back healthy. I'm not buying this Wade pick.
Listen, Jake, he's looking good. Don't worry about it. He's in the gym. You have yourself a good one.
We went to this last.
Yeah, I'm sure we did. You'll call back. We'll talk about it next week. 515-602-9639. 515-602-9639 is the number. Call in. We're taking all callers. Salutes to all the savages in the chat. My man Jason, I see you talking about the Panthers trading up. This is just happening. Things are moving and shaking as we're, going back and forth in this stream. The Panthers are sealing the 9th overall pick and a 2024 first-round pick, plus wide receiver DJ Moore, who's really good, and the 61st pick this year in the draft, and a second-round pick in 2025 to the Bears in exchange for the top pick in the draft. Wow. I'm talking wow. The Panthers gave up quite a bit. Listen, this is the price. This is the price when you want to chase that QB. You know what I'm saying? We're going to keep into these lines. Woo! Man, things are moving and shaking, all right? They're handling business. Salutes to all of the savages. We'll keep coming to y'all. The lines are hot. Again, 515-602-9639. 515-602-9639 is the number. Call in. We're taking all callers. Next, I'm going to my guy, Jason. Jason, I'm coming directly to you. Ted, Steve, hold on a second. Other callers, hold on. We'll get to you guys in a second. Jason, salutes to you, my friend. I want to thank you for calling in. For those of you that do not know, that boy Jason, he's a savage. Savage! Damn, that boy Jason is a savage. Salutes to you, Jason. Listen, we're chasing Aaron Rodgers, Jason. All right? We're chasing him. Everything's been worked out. Compensation, to the Packers. All right? Contract is supposedly on the table as well. We're waiting for Aaron Rodgers to make his decision. How are you feeling, man? Do you feel confident that the New York Jets will end up with Aaron Rodgers?
First thing I want to say, thank you for having me on the show. And to get to your question, man, I'm confident. I'm confident that we're going to get him because it's either retirement or him going to the Jets. Mm-hmm. From the comment of what the Packers said, he's not going back to the Packers. And to me, while I've been watching him talk on the Packing show, and he it seems like he's going to be playing. So I'm confident he would be here. To me, it's just the timing when he's coming.
Yeah, that's the thing, man. Why do you think that he's drawing this out? Right? He went into a darkness, right? We went into a darkness retreat. We were all hoping that we would get some type of answer from him at this point. Right? We were all hoping that he would tell us something. Came out the darkness retreat, still silent about it. Why do you think he's dragging this out, man? Do you think that he just wants to kind of be a diva and it's his time to shine? Or what are your thoughts on it, Jason?
It could be just that he's on his decision is 100. He just wants to make sure before he says yes or no to any other person or to our team, so that he doesn't go back on his word. Maybe he just he's on vacation right now and he just wants to enjoy it before his off season ends.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, we'll see, man. I was a little nervous. He's been dragging us out a little bit, but you know what? We're at the table now. It's looking like everyone's talking about it. Even the Jets players are excited about it. And that's what I'm going to get your thoughts on next, man. We're seeing Jets players come out and just go crazy about Aaron Rodgers. They're recruiting him hard. Sauce Gardner clearly is recruiting him tough. What are your thoughts about players in this locker room just putting it out there on social media? They want the guy. They're excited about him. We even saw him burn the cheese head just to put, the past in the past and try to recruit him as well. How are you feeling about how they're going all out for Aaron Rodgers, man?
Well, man, the people have been sending in like Rodgers because he's a diva and that players are not gonna like him, all that. And it's funny how that narrative got switched off now. That all of our players are asking, are attacking, are wanting him. If he was this diva person, then why of our players are coming just want him to get here? Then it doesn't make any sense. And so it's just showing that the narrative of these people pushing that in like Rodgers, that it just isn't true. And I'm excited. You know what? They want him here because they know how good he is, and they know that he can lead them to a Super Bowl. Even Sauce Gardner has said that.
Mm-hmm. No, yeah, you're talking absolute facts, and when you're talking about a guy that can lead the New York Jets to a Super Bowl, I'm starting to think, man, that this could become an even more attractive place if Aaron Rodgers is here. Even Sauce Gardner talked about that as well, about how package deals could be all over the place, man. Could you see players becoming really enamored with signing with the New York Jets simply because Aaron Rodgers is here? And if so, man, what is a guy that you're looking at that could end up being here? A lot of people screaming about OBJ. Is he a guy you'd be interested in becoming a New York Jet?
And it's so awesome because if Rodgers is coming out, and I think he is coming out, that we're gonna get the effects, the domino effect of look at Brady. Mm-hmm. Brady was signed with the Buccaneers, and he got players out. You talked about it earlier. He got Gronk out of retirement. Mm-hmm. Players took less to come there because they know that they're going there to try to win a Super Bowl. They know that Tom Brady's a winner, and he'll do everything in his power to win. Mm-hmm. And I think Rodgers can do the same thing for us, and we can make a championship team. The wide receiver part, though, to that is I don't think OBJ is actually going to come here. I actually think of we might be getting the Vikings player,
Zardarius. Are you talking about Zardarius Smith?
Yeah.
Are you talking about Zardarius Smith or Adam Thielen?
No, Adam Thielen. There we go.
The wide receiver, Adam Thielen. Okay.
He's great friends with Rodgers. Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's great friend. He's like best friends with Rodgers, so he might take less just to come here, and then we can have an awesome wide receiver room and just be able to be a good Super Bowl team.
Okay. And I mean, there's a lot of people also talking about Zardarius Smith as well. I know that he's kind of like I think he's a 4-3 guy. I think Jason in the chat salutes him, Savage, talking about him as well. Zardarius might be a guy that could be interested in coming here too. He could be useful in his defense. I ain't gonna lie to you. He could be useful in his defense. So we'll see what happens. Again, Zardarius Smith just recently requested to be released as well. He wants to get out of the Vikings, and apparently they're letting him go as well. Now, as we continue to look at this situation, Jason, you look at the Jets roster, there's some things that are moving and shaking. Chuck Clark has been traded for. He's a safety that's coming in, man. Plays strong safety, tough tackler, great tackler, tough in the box as well. What are your thoughts about this move, man? How do you feel about Joe Douglas acquiring this guy? And do you think that this opens the door for us to get rid of Jordan Whitehead? There's Jets fans that want to do that. I don't. But what are your thoughts on it?
Well, to be honest, Whitehead didn't play good as expected as we thought he would. Last year. But this might be a move to replace him. That he plays the same type of style of him. He plays in a short safety, which is Whitehead. So this may be Whitehead's. They might be gonna cut him and make more room. But this could, if that doesn't happen, this could also be a death move. So that if Whitehead is still on a team and he's the first string guy, if he somehow gets hurt, this guy could be the death guy. So then we at least have depth in that position.
Yeah. No, I mean, we'll see, man. I'll tell you what, I would like the idea of keeping Clark and Whitehead and going after Jimmy Ward. I'm going to keep saying Jimmy Ward's name because I was the guy that, was talking about Jimmy Ward a lot. And I think he would be good here. Now, as we continue on, man, you look at this situation with this roster, there's some guys that are going to be gone, man. There's some guys that are walking into free agency. And I think there's some guys I want to keep as well, man. There's some guys that I covet that I would like to see the New York Jets, pull back. Again, Bryce Huff is a guy that I like as well. I want to see brought back as well. Maybe Sheldon Rankins, if it could work out too. I think he's a guy that brings some solid moves. But Quan Alexander is a guy I like as well at the linebacker position. What are some guys that you covet, man, that are free agents that you think the New York Jets should try to bring back to help better this football team?
Well, a very underrated one that I have is Quinn Williams, the linebacker. And the reason why I'm saying him is that's the brother. So we take care of him. He might help us in with the best D-line player, Quinn Williams. Yeah. So hopefully, if we sign both of them, they will be happy and they would be great to have.
Yeah. No, you're talking facts. Now, before I let you go, because the lines are hot, Jason, how big of an importance is it for the New York Jets to re-sign Mike White? I've been campaigning for this. I know that we're talking about Aaron Rodgers, and that's wonderful. I hope we get him. But bringing back Mike White, I think, is huge as well. It allows you to have a quality backup. Knock on wood, something may happen with Aaron Rodgers, right? We never know. Maybe Mike White will be able to step into that role until Aaron Rodgers is able to come back and keep us afloat. Backup quarterbacks are extremely important in this league. We see it time and time again, and especially with Zach Wilson trying to figure out and, what he is, trying to retool his issues, and they're trying to grow him. What are your thoughts about the New York Jets making sure that they bring back Mike White? Do you think it's as much of a necessity as I believe it is?
Well, to be honest, I do like Mike White, dude. I was advocating during the season when Zach Wilson wasn't doing good is to bring him, let him start and see what he could do. To be honest, it all comes down to how much money he wants. If we can give him to like $5-6 million, I think he would be able to stay. But if he wants $8-9 mil a year, I think that's a deal breaker. We may not be able to bring him back. So I would love him back, dude. And I know how important a backup QB is. We saw what happens when Lamar goes down. They don't have like good enough backup QB, and their season was done. So we need to have a backup QB just in case that Rodgers do get hurt.
Yeah. I'm telling you, I would like Mike White back. I know he's talked about becoming a Dolphin. I don't want to see that happen. But, we'll see what happens with the New York Jets going forward. Again, I think a solid deal between him and the Jets, bringing him back would be phenomenal. Listen, Jason, I got to slide off. You have yourself a good one, my friend.
You too.
All right. We're going to keep getting to these lines. Again, 515-602-9639. 515-602-9639 is the number. Call in. A lot of people talking about this Panthers trade. They got up to 1. I think that's signaling that they are going to try to grab, or they're going to grab, Bryce Young. I would be shocked if they don't. And that's another team that you can take away from that Lamar Jackson talk. There's a lot of things going on over there with the Ravens. I think a lot of teams are sniffing it out and don't want to get involved. And I don't think it's about Lamar's talent at all. I think it's about the Ravens and that non-exclusive tag and all the things that come with that. So we're going to keep getting to these lines. Again, 515-602-9639 is the number. Call in. Please give the stream a thumbs up as well. Next, we're going to go to my guy, Ted. Ted, we're coming directly to you. Salutes to you, Ted. For those of you that do not know, this man, Ted, he's a savage, man. Savage. That man's a damn savage. Salutes to you, Ted. We're chasing Aaron Rodgers, buddy. We're chasing him. Compensation's done. Contract's done. We're waiting on Aaron Rodgers. Are you like me and you're just thinking, why hasn't this been done already? Are you getting nervous? Are you worried at all that Aaron Rodgers may not become a Jet, Ted? Give me your thoughts, man.
Joe, good evening. I kind of equate this, since I live in Florida, I kind of equate this to watching an oncoming hurricane come, and you think it's going to be here in like a day, and it takes like 10 days to 2 weeks to get there because it's going like 5 miles an hour. It's like, this thing is never going to get here.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it just spins in the ocean, and it just spins and spins and spins and spins. I'm just burned out. We need to move on here. Just get this thing. No, almost said curse. Get this thing done if it's going to happen.
Okay.
Yeah, I know, Joe. I won't curse. I won't curse. Get this thing done.
Yeah.
If it's going to get done. When I'm not. I mean, it seems like it is, but who knows?
Mm-hmm.
Who knows? But what are we waiting for?
Yeah.
At this point.
Yeah.
Is it a certain time we need to announce it? Are we going to announce it before the brackets come out? Should be? Are we going to ruin the NCAA tournament selection show by announcing it this weekend? I mean, come on already. Go ahead, Joe.
Yeah, no, listen, from everything that we know, everything's done, and we're just waiting on Aaron Rodgers to give the Packers the go. That's everything being reported. We're waiting on him. And maybe, Aaron Rodgers, he's a guy. I'm not going to lie. Nobody can lie about this. He's a bit of a diva. You know what I'm saying? He wants all the shine. He wants all of the draw. Okay, look, I get it. I'm not going to rush you, dog. I'm not going to rush you because I need you. I'm not going to rush you. But like you said as well, at a certain point, it's like, all right, come on now. You know what I'm saying? But we'll see. I'm not here to put any pressure on him. But what we are seeing is a lot of New York Jets players, right, coming out in support. They love the idea of Aaron Rodgers being a New York Jet. You got Sauce out there campaigning. You got Becton out here campaigning. Breece Hall, Michael Carter, all these guys, man. What are your thoughts about what you're seeing, the outpour of love and respect for Aaron Rodgers from guys within this locker room, man? How are you feeling about that?
It's an indictment on Zach Wilson, quite honestly. I feel a little bit bad for him for like the first time in a while because throw him. You might as well throw him in shark-infested waters at this point as chum. Because, I mean, it's like the worst scenario for him. I mean, he may never make it here anyway, Joe. Probably more than likely not. Yeah. But I'm okay. You know what, Joe? I was thinking more about the draft compensation, and I would think about a number one for next year. And maybe we can get him. Maybe we can get Rodgers in a trade, and maybe Lazard. With it, or Rodgers and one of his offensive linemen. If you want to go that route, if they want it first and save some face value on that, and not look like they got fleeced. Yeah. Throw a nice player in there with it.
Yeah. Well, there's been talks. I know Bakhtiari, one of the tackles. A lot of people were talking about the possibility of him being thrown in a trade. I think Lazard's going to be a free agent to this point, unless he's signed or re-signed at this point. Again, we're live, so I think he's going to be a free agent, so he's going to be able to go. But he's a guy that, if we do add Aaron Rodgers, he's a guy that can clearly be, an option to come here to the New York Jets and sign with us as well. I think he'll be extremely interested. But the compensation is going to be very interesting because, like you said as well, Ted, there's been when this whole thing first started, there was talks of 2 first-round picks at one point, right? Everybody was saying that. The reports were, hey, the Packers are going to be looking for 2 first-round picks. And since then, a lot of different reports have swirled and come out where there's talks that the Packers don't want or aren't getting 2 first-round picks. There's some people that are saying that they are and they're getting more. Some people saying they're getting less. So we'll see. But one thing about Joe Douglas is, and you know as well as I do, he's very smart. We were going to get Tyreek Hill and weren't going to give up a first at all. So if he's going to fleece anybody, boy, he's going to finesse. If he can finesse, he's going to finesse, bruh. So we'll see. But like you said as well, it's going to be interesting. And it's also going to be interesting about how much of that, I think it's almost $60 million, right? How much of that are the New York Jets going to pay? That's what I want to see too. How much of that contract are we going to be dealing with? How much of that contract are we going to eat versus what the Packers eat? Now, as we continue on, listen, there's a lot of things that have been done as well. The New York Jets traded for Chuck Clark. What are your thoughts about this move? And also, what are your thoughts about the cut of Braxton Berrios? How are you feeling about him being released as well?
Hey, Joe, let me take a step back. Maybe that's why Woody Johnson was at that meeting in Malibu. Maybe he was, I don't know if it's coercion or whatever. Maybe he was selling him on the fact that he could, do some kind of endorsement with some company related to Woody.
That's illegal. That's illegal. We don't want to, I don't want the feds at my door. You don't want the feds. That's alleged. Who knows? Yeah, that's not saying that that's real. But So what are your thoughts about Chuck Clark and Braxton Berrios getting released, man? How are you feeling?
I got you, Joe. Let's move on to another subject. I got you. Let's move along here. I think the Jordan Whitehead experiment might be over. It might be over, and it may not be. But I like your who'd you say, Ward from San Francisco?
Jimmy Ward. Yep, Jimmy Ward. I'm gonna keep saying his name, Jimmy Ward.
Jimmy Ward. Yeah. Yep. Somebody familiar with Salah. Yeah, somebody familiar with Salah, knows him well, and he's a good player too. So, and he might know the system. I don't think Whitehead came from the same system with Buccaneers, and there was definitely an adjustment period for those players last year. We were sloppy in the back end at the beginning of the year. Really, horrendously bad. I think Joe Douglas knows that player pretty well, and maybe it's a salary dump too. Maybe we're just trying to cut here and there when we can and fill in when we can. We have to perhaps we make runs for other free agents. In order to loosen up some of the salary. Yeah, it's a very fascinating thing, Joe, with all this moving parts, trying to knock it down, and it's the point of burnout at this point. We just need to get something done here.
Listen, I hear you. Listen, Ted, the lines are hot. Before I let you go, quickly, give me 3 New York Jets unrestricted free agents that you want to see them bring back.
3?
3. Give me 3, or give me 1. Give me 1 that you covet.
Oh God, Lordy Joe, you asked everybody for 1.
Give me 1 that you covet. Go ahead, give me 1. Give me 1. I'll let it go.
Right. Well, I definitely covered Huff.
Okay.
No, hold on. I'll see if I can come up with 2. Huff, I love because that guy is always in the backfield, and he's got this first step that pretty much I don't think too many guys can handle him on the first step. He's basically dipping and doing all kinds of moves. I won't say he's unblockable, but he's a heck of a player.
Yeah.
Mike White? Quincy might be a little expensive. Yeah, I would think about White. I would think about White if we get Rodgers. I think that's a good combination.
Okay.
Maybe we can get Frank Clark, maybe. I don't know how expensive he would be, but maybe he'd be interested in coming here if we can not overspend too much.
Yeah.
I don't know what he feels about the Jets, but he may want to go to a better, like a Cincinnati or whoever, a team that's on the edge, or Buffalo.
Yeah.
But I would look at Frank Clark if we can kind of not overspend on that.
Okay.
Because he's still very productive.
Yeah.
All right, Joe, now you got to go.
Salutes, Ted. I want to thank you for calling in, man. You have a good one.
You too, Joe.
All right. Listen.
You too, Joe. Take care.
Ted calling in with some fire. All right. We're going to keep getting to these lines. 515-602-9639 is the number. Everybody be patient. We're getting to everybody. I know the lines are hot. New callers. We'll get to you in a second. Believe me, we're going to get to everybody. Next, I'm going to go to my guy, Steve. Steve, we're coming directly to you. All right. Steve, salutes. I want to thank you for calling in. For those of you that do not know, that boy Steve, he's a savage, man. Savage. Steve, listen, we are talking Jets. We're talking Aaron Rodgers, man. How are you feeling about this? It's looking like everything's done. We're just waiting on Aaron Rodgers. What are your thoughts?
Hey, Joe. Well, first off, thank you so much for having me on your show tonight. It's always great. Always a pleasure to talk to you, talk about this team. The thing is, Joe, I got to tell you something. It's been a very, very interesting week. Because, the beginning of the week, it all started off when we found out that Derek Carr ended up signing a 4-year deal with the Saints for $150 million.
Mm-hmm.
Jet fans were going nuts and crazy about all that stuff, just like typical. Then all of a sudden, we find out that Aaron Rodgers finally becomes available.
Mm-hmm.
Because then what happened, everybody was all going, oh, Aaron Rodgers is coming. So then we see all the reports. It all started on Twitter, when Coach Saleh, Woody Johnson, Joe Douglas, and the new Jets offensive coordinator, Nathaniel Hackett, went on a plane. They flew out, met Aaron Rodgers in California, had a meeting with him. From what I heard, the meeting was very good.
Mm-hmm.
Now the Jets have made the offer to Green Bay. But the thing is that they're letting Aaron Rodgers make a final decision, which is driving fans nuts.
Mm-hmm.
I got to tell you something, Joe. It's been a crazy week. I mean, we're going to see what happens. But the thing is, a lot of Jets fans are getting excited that if we get Aaron Rodgers, oh, my God, things are going to completely change.
No, listen, Steve, they are. And I think I know there's a lot of people out there that feel like the Jets shouldn't be chasing him, so on and so forth. I don't want to hear that because if we have Aaron Rodgers, it legitimizes our quarterback position. Now, is he Aaron Rodgers when he was 25? No. But he's still a great quarterback. He's still an elite quarterback in this league. Tom Brady was winning Super Bowls and was competing with the Buccaneers before he retired, and he was old, right? He was still out there getting it done. So quarterbacks these days play up into their 40s, and they can still be competent and going out there handling business. The New York Jets have been chasing a quarterback for years. For years. I'm talking years, right? We haven't had a guy since Chad Pennington, and that was a long time ago. He went down with that shoulder injury, right? So we've been looking for him, and the list goes on, list the names. Zach Wilson's here, and to this point, I love Zach Wilson. I'm a Zach Wilson guy, but he ain't worked out as of yet, right? We'll see what happens going on in the future. So if he comes here, he legitimizes the quarterback position, and we have a guy that is of a legendary stature. You know what I'm saying? So I'm hoping we get it done. But listen, Steve, I want to talk to you about this trade for Chuck Clark, man. What are your thoughts about the Jets making a move for this safety? How do you feel about it?
No, I thought it was a really, really good move. I mean, and all we had to give up was a 2024 7th-round pick.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, it was another solid move by Joe Douglas.
Mm-hmm.
But here is another thing also too is so obviously because everybody's all saying about the thing about going back to the whole thing with the Aaron Rodgers situation.
Mm-hmm.
You know something, Joe? The thing is so freaking crazy that because a lot of Jet fans really want him. I mean, and then of course there are some fans that don't want him because of situations. But let me tell you something. That would still be huge because apparently the rumor going around is that if the Jets do get Aaron Rodgers, the Jets will not have to give up a first-round pick. They will not have to give up a first.
There's
pick.
rumors going around saying that.
The rumor is that they would give up at least. I think it would be a second-round pick. And then a pick of the following year after that. I think it might be additional third-round pick the following year, but that was big.
Yeah.
But one big thing that did happen in the NFL today was, and I guess you must have saw it, Joe, before you started your show tonight, but the Panthers traded up to the number 1 pick of this year's draft.
Yeah, we talked about that. We just talked about that and everything that they gave up with DJ Moore and the other first-round pick they gave up as well. And like we talked about, they're moving up to get Bryce Young. We all know that. And there's another team that's off the board for a guy like Lamar Jackson, and there's a host of other guys as well, a host of other teams that are going to be moving and shaking for that quarterback as well, Steve. So you're talking some facts right now. So my final question for you, Steve, there's a lot of discussion about the Jets roster right now. We're going to free agency. The 13th is a legal tampering period. Give me one guy, one Jets unrestricted free agent that you covet, that you want to see come back to the team, man.
That I want to see come back to the team?
Yep. There's got Quincy Williams.
That's a good one.
Quincy Williams, Quan Alexander, Mike White, right? Some people like George Fant. They want to see him come back.
Okay, Joe. The player that I would like to see come back is Quincy Williams. Okay. I would love to see Quincy come back.
Okay.
Now, before I let you go, Joe, before you let me go, one more thing I just want to say really quickly.
Mm-hmm.
Recently, yesterday, we decided to let Braxton Berrios go.
Yeah.
First thing is first, I want to say to Braxton Berrios for 4 years of being with us, thank you so much for your time of being with us here on the New York Jets. Braxton Berrios, I got to tell you something. I thought he was a good young player. And let me tell you something. I wish Braxton Berrios the best of luck going forward.
Yeah, I do as well, Steve. Listen, he was phenomenal for us. He was Listen, Steve talking that talk. Braxton Berrios did good for us. Didn't give us much receiving this year, right? The returns were a little questionable, all right? But I'll tell you what, he's moving on. I was excited for him. He was an all-pro Pro Bowler as well while he was here. Salutes to him. I wish Braxton Berrios nothing but the best in his future, all right? Now we're going to keep getting to these lines. Again, 515-602-9639. We're coming to everybody. Be patient. Next, I'm going to my guy from North Carolina. Coming directly to you. Salutes to you, my friend. I want to thank you for calling in tonight. Listen, we're talking Jets, man. We're talking Jets. Aaron Rodgers is all that the fans can think about. We waiting. I'm hoping it gets done while we're live, okay? I want to be here with y'all when they say Aaron Rodgers is a New York Jet. What are your thoughts on this situation, my friend?
Yeah, I'm nervous, but I'm anticipating us getting this deal done. This is big.
Mm-hmm.
This is big for this franchise. I can't help but think about my 40-plus years of watching and following the Jets and being from New York and getting to this moment. This is what it comes down to.
Yeah.
We can finally land our franchise quarterback. I look back at our playoff histories and how we came up short. I think about the early 80s with Richard Todd, obviously Vinny Testaverde, and Mark Sanchez. Now, obviously, we had a few little runs in there with Chad Pennington. Kenny O'Brien got hurt in 86, and Pat Ryan had to fill in for him. And I look at our history. This will be the first time, if we could land Aaron Rodgers, that we could go head-to-head with Mahomes, Josh Allen, any of the top quarterbacks in the NFL, and have a chance to beat them. This will be the first time ever in my 40-plus years. We were always at a disadvantage. When Vinny went against John Elway, Vinny was known as being a very good quarterback, highly recruited coming out of college. But, at that time, John Elway was a legend. He built up his legend being one of the all-time greats.
Mm-hmm.
And we had our work cut out for us in that matchup going to Denver. And then I think about my boy Rex Ryan going up to Indianapolis against Peyton Manning and then having to go against Pittsburgh and Ben Roethlisberger. If we can land Aaron Rodgers, we are going to be a big problem.
Mm-hmm.
A couple of years ago, I don't know if I spoke this to you some time ago.
Mm-hmm.
I told a bus driver, this at the time we were in the grip of COVID, and I told him, I said that the Jets, a couple of years ago, I told him that the Jets were going to make a Super Bowl run in 2023. I was correct, that they are going to make a serious run in 2023. But the only thing is, I'm thinking that Zach was going to be Aaron. But instead, we got Aaron, the actual Aaron.
No.
I just had it crossed up and wrong. And the way it worked out was, not the way I anticipated,
Yeah. No, I mean, you're speaking fact. If we get we get Aaron Rodgers, that kicks us into a mode where we're absolutely competing. And what you said as well is something I've been echoing, and that's why a lot of people that are against this move, I'm like, what is wrong with y'all? You get Aaron Rodgers, we're finally able to compete with these upper echelon teams. Look at us. We were competing with the Vikings, the Bills, the Bills. At one point they were talking about it. Oh, the AFC East isn't the Bills division anymore. It's not the Patriots division, not the Bills division anymore. It could be the Jets division.
That's
one point this season, people were talking about that.
Right.
Okay. I know people want to act like Joe smoking crack. I'm not.
Right.
Okay. People were talking about that this year. What happened? Yeah, people be tripping. What happened? Our quarterback position failed us. Zach Wilson just fell off the rails. Mike White ends up getting smacked around. He ends up getting hurt. Things jacked up, and then again down the stretch we went back to Zach Wilson.
Hurt.
He faltered. Look, You need a quarterback in this league. Right now, the Super Bowl runs through KC. You need to be able to compete with Patrick Mahomes, like you said, Joe Burrow, even the Josh Allens of the world. And Herbert is coming up as well.
Right.
Lamar Jackson, wherever he ends up. And a lot of people are forgetting about Deshaun Watson. There are a lot of quarterbacks that are in the AFC that are going to be serious business, okay? And we have to be able to we need firepower. We have to be able to compete. And if we don't have the firepower, it's going to kill us. It's going to hurt us. And we've been seeing it for years. So I love this move, and I love what you said as well earlier because I completely agree. Now, I want to get your thoughts on this, my friend. Chuck Clark, we trade for him, give up a 7th-round pick. What are your thoughts about this move? And in your mind, does that mean that Whitehead is done?
Yes, I guess we'll find out in a little while if that's official on Whitehead, whether this in his career with the Jets.
Mm-hmm.
Getting Clark was a good move. This is a typical Joe Douglas move. Joe Douglas knows how to find talent.
Yep.
We found that out the last couple of years. He knows how to bring in talent. This is another very good acquisition by him that hopefully will greatly enhance the Jets defense, which is already good. And adding Clark is just going to enhance us and make us that much better.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I mean, you're talking absolute facts. Now, my final question before I let you go, man, you're bringing the heat. The lines are hot as well.
Sure.
Give me one Jets free agent, unrestricted guy that you covet, that you want to see brought back to the New York Jets. You want to see him resign. Give me one guy, man.
If it's one guy, obviously I like Carl Lawson.
Mm-hmm.
I like Corey Davis.
Mm-hmm.
But Bryce Hoff.
Okay.
That deal has got to get done. I don't know whether they're going to tag him, but you know they're not going to let him go.
No,
they'll probably tag him, or something's going to happen with Bryce Hoff.
Yeah. No, yeah. I'm hoping he's brought back as well, man. There's a host of guys. I'm not bashing anybody. I'm just asking. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody covers different guys. But Huff is definitely a guy. Again, third down monster. He was putting on. The pass rush, the pressure that he was able to bring this year was phenomenal and was very beneficial to the Jets pass rush. Listen, my friend, I want to thank you for calling in tonight. I got to slide off. The lines are hot. You have yourself a good night. Next time I have a show, I want to hear from you.
Yeah, that's cool. Oh, yeah, I'll definitely be hitting you again. You take care, Joe.
All right, you have a good one. Listen, we're going to keep getting to these lines again. Lines are hot, people, so we're going to, start moving a bit. You know what I'm saying? It's a hot show. Everybody wants to talk. We're going to keep getting to these lines. 515-602-9639. 515-602-9639 is the number. Call in. We're taking all callers. Next, I'm going to my guy, Dwayne. Dwayne, I'm coming directly to you. Colin, Bill, Chris, other callers as well. Hold on. We'll get to everybody. Dwayne salutes. For those of you that do not know, that boy Dwayne, he's a savage. Savage. Dwayne salutes, man. We're talking all things Aaron Rodgers. New York Jets waiting on this deal to be finalized. We're waiting on him to say yes. We're waiting on him to tell the Packers go. What are your thoughts on this, man?
I have a feeling Aaron Rodgers is playing Call of Duty right now. I don't know what it is that we're waiting for right now. I can't figure it out. This is why I'm worried about this. The compensation we have to give up for him. Because every year is a mystery. Listen, when I say Green Bay wants to get rid of this guy, listen, it's not that he's not a great quarterback. It's your whole franchise can't – your GM's job is harder. You know what I'm saying? Your owner's job is harder when you have a guy that you cannot figure out what he's doing. He's just this big mystery man. Mm-hmm. So I'm worried about the compensation. I'm out of the first round pick conversation right now. Mm-hmm. Second round pick this year, and we'll see what we gave up next year. Mm-hmm. And then this makes me, the way he operates makes me worried more about what he's going to do next year, whether we're going to even get 2 years. I think next year we're going to be running through the same rigmarole. He's going to go into the negative zone and then come back with I don't know what he's doing.
Yeah, here's the deal, Dwayne, and I hear a lot of people saying that, and that is a valid concern, right? Because we've seen him go back and forth with Green Bay Packers. But I would think that Joe Douglas and his front office, while having those discussions, have had those discussions with him already. And he's pretty much, assured them, hey, look, if I come here, this is what I'm here to do. If Joe Douglas is trading compensation there, I think part of the compensation, how much they give away, is how long they think Aaron Rodgers is going to be here. My guess, it'd probably be 2 years, right? At the least 2 years, maybe more, but at the least, I'm thinking 2 years, right? So 2 years, you give us some picks, you talk to Aaron Rodgers, you say, listen, are you going to be here these 2 years? We don't want to play these games next year. Are you going to play these games next year? No? Okay, cool, right? We'll take you at your word. You're an honest guy, and then you also got to think Aaron Rodgers is going to be driven. Because think about all the stuff that he's gone through with the Packers, all the issues that they've had there, the lack of weapons, not getting him the weapons that he needed in the draft as well, not drafting wide receivers, not prioritizing building around him. And then they drafted Jordan Love behind him. And now they're trying to kick him out of the door and pump up Jordan Love. You don't think that, and a lot of people call him a narcissist, right? You don't think that Aaron Rodgers, the narcissist, the guy that thinks it's all about him, the guy that is craving the attention, that wants to show people that he's still the best, that he can still get it done with a chip on his shoulder, you don't think that he's going to be coming here, be driven to at least give the Jets at least 2 years, if not more, and shove it in the Packers' face and get a big win? You don't think that will also motivate Aaron Rodgers to come here and stick around?
I think Aaron has something to prove. I think in two cases. One, he's way too comparable to Brett Favre. That's his first thing. I don't think he ever fully mended that relationship with Brett Favre. Mm-hmm. And what Brett has one chip, right? I think he wants to come away with more Super Bowls than Brett Favre. And then being compared to Brady your whole career, you don't want to be left with one. So there is that thing that drives you as well too. So I will say that, but to me, this is my thing. Like, if you're so driven on winning a championship, mm-hmm. you know your GM. And listen, I know there's a lot of personal stuff he has to handle, whatever. You know your GM. You know free agent illegal tampering is starting on Monday. Mm-hmm. You couldn't sign the contract today. Because most stuff don't happen on the weekend. Mm-hmm. You couldn't just sign. Look, I know you got stuff to do Monday. Mm-hmm. You got free agency decisions to make Monday. It's a big day, mm-hmm. right? So let me get my stuff out of the way. Mm-hmm. Let's get this part of the conversation out of the way so you know what you're doing on Monday. Mm-hmm. Joe Douglas is going into Monday. Now, Joe Douglas is a smart guy, but now he has to parse money with whatever he's not sure of is happening with Rodgers, whether Rodgers is signing, whether Rodgers is not signing, and then parse whatever money for the returning free agents and whatever free agents he wants that's on the market right now. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So that's my thing. Like as a football strategist, if you know that's what you're looking forward to, I would have signed the contract today. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
Well,
yes, we're here Friday night. He's still not done.
Mm-hmm. I mean, listen, I hear you, but we still got time. We still got time. Okay, there's still time rolling. And again, people are fired up, and we can still attract free agents. There's people that are talking about coming here simply because of the idea. And I personally believe, in my heart, I want to believe that this deal is pretty much already done. Okay, and they've talked to him. Compensation, all that stuff has been worked out. But we'll see what happens going forward with Aaron Rodgers, okay? We'll see what happens. It's official when it's official. Now, Dwayne, I'm looking at the New York Jets, man, and I'm looking at the situation we trade for Chuck Clark. Do you think that move means that Whitehead is done? Do you think we'll see him be released?
Shoot. No.
Okay.
Not necessarily, because you're going to give up a second. That would have been your safety, most likely, right? You're reaching if you want to start at safety in the third round. Mm-hmm. Now, whether Whitehead could play free safety or alternate with Chuck, mm-hmm. that's a question. Mm-hmm. I don't think Whitehead or LaMarcus Jordan had a bad season last year. Mm. To me personally, I know people are saying different. I don't think they had too much of a bad season last year, so I don't mind if LaMarcus Jordan comes back. I don't know what we're doing with safety. As far as free safety, because I know Chuck is more of a strong. Mm-hmm. I don't know what we're doing with free safety right now.
Yeah. I mean,
in the third round, but if we're going for
There's guys we can target. We could go in the draft. There's been a lot of talk about safety in the draft there, but there's guys we can target in free agency. I'm going to keep saying his name, Jimmy Ward. Jimmy Ward is a guy that has a relationship with DJ Ward as well as Robert Saleh. I know he has a relationship with Robert Saleh as well. He's a guy that I think the New York Jets could grab. He knows this defense, and he'd be able to come in here and do a lot of work, and he's very versatile. I know Chuck has been talked about as well, playing snaps at safety, free safety. Chuck requested the Ravens to move on from him when they drafted Hamilton. Anybody wants to go back and look at that, you can. Right. He requested to get out of there then. So you look at the situation. The Jets have some options there at safety that they can explore. It's going to be interesting to see what happens, man, especially going forward with Whitehead. But before I let you go, Dwayne, because the lines are hot, man, give me one free agent that you covet that you want to see the New York Jets bring back, man.
For me, I'm a cornerstone guy. I care about cornerstones first and foremost. So it's going to sound weird, but Connor McGovern. And Bryce Huff.
Ooh, Connor McGovern.
Connor McGovern and Bryce Huff. Those are my two guys.
Okay.
I'm a cornerstone guy. I need the offensive line to be on par with, listen, I think quarterbacks are great. We beat Josh Allen last year with Demarcus Russell.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Because our offensive line was playing. No offense. I know you like Zach Wilson. But I'm just saying. So, I have my doubts.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? A little bit of doubts that if our offensive line isn't playing well, that it could really affect Aaron. And even, listen, people always say, Green Bay's offensive line wasn't great. Green Bay's offensive line was decent, and whenever they weren't, you heard it from the fans.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes, even though you have a great quarterback, the difference is that offensive line in the playoffs.
Okay.
The difference is those wide receivers in the playoffs.
Yeah. Listen, Dwayne.
Listen. You get the offensive line, cornerback, all that.
Listen, I hear you. I don't know about Connor McGovern, though. He was trash last year, let's be honest. He was trash, Dwayne. Listen, Dwayne.
You can really get something in the draft.
Yeah, the draft, I think the draft is a good answer. Just Connor McGovern, Listen, Dwayne, okay. I got other callers. I got to slide off. I want to thank you for calling in, all right?
Yeah.
You have a good one.
Appreciate it, man. See you later.
Hope to hear from Dwayne again next show. I don't know about Connor McGovern, man, but, we'll see. 515-602-9639 is the number to call in. We're going to keep getting to these lines. Okay? Colin, we're coming to you next. Bill, Chris, hold on. We'll get you guys in a second. Colin salutes. I want to thank you for calling in. For those of you that do not know Colin, that boy's a savage. And he's a hater as well, for those of you that don't know. Colin's a hater. He's a hater, and he'll let you know, okay?
Big time hater. And Aaron Rodgers don't want me to start hating him, so.
Give me your thoughts, man. We're waiting on Aaron Rodgers, Colin. How are you feeling about this, man?
You know what? I said this like a month ago, Joe, that Aaron Rodgers is the only quarterback I'm interested in. And the Jets just has to do everything possible to get him here. Because it makes much more sense having him than, any other quarterback. So we just got to be a little more patient with Aaron, So I'm not worried about it. If he's going to be a Jet when he decides to be one. But it's going to be soon.
Okay. No, listen, I hear you, and I'm hoping that the deal gets done. What are your thoughts about a lot of these players coming out of the woodwork? A lot of people talking about, Sauce talked about it, package deals could come everywhere if Aaron Rodgers is signed to the Jets. You even got people talking about LBJ, goodness gracious, my Lakers, okay? We get them W's, but we're not talking about him right now. OBJ, okay, Odell Beckham Jr., talking about, possibly coming here. What are your thoughts on that, man?
Listen, the more we can get, the more the merrier, right? Mm-hmm. Because every player we can get here with talent that's better than what we already have is a step in the right direction.
Yeah.
So, my arms are open for OBJ and anyone else who has talent.
Mm-hmm.
So, I think the biggest concern right now is let's just get Aaron in first.
Yeah.
And then you're going to see the other guys, the other free agents. They're gonna be running.
Mm-hmm.
They're gonna be lining up at the door trying to sign with the Jets. Once they know Aaron Rodgers is the quarterback.
Yeah.
So, I'm excited about any player that has more potential than what we have now.
Mm-hmm. No,
so,
yeah. I mean, you're talking facts, man. You're talking facts. There's going to be a lot of players that want to come here, that want to play with Aaron Rodgers. If we're able to land him, again, it's only official when it's official, right? There's a lot of guys that we're interested in, and we'll see what happens going forward. But I want to get your thoughts on this, man. You look at this situation, right? Jets offensive line moving around, moving and shaking. Dwayne Brown looking like he's coming back for a 17th season, right? We're seeing them also talk about him. Sulla called him a freaking rock star. They talked about the shoulder surgery. He's, his shoulder's repaired and he's going to be back. You also got Mekhi Becton looking phenomenal. He's in shape. Do you think the New York Jets should still look at bringing in a tackle, or would you like to just go forward with those two guys? I mean, how would you look at that situation, man?
I would go with the guys we have and potentially draft one in the first or the second round. If we don't sign one, then you have to draft one.
Mm-hmm.
That's how I look at it.
Okay.
And if you don't get a very good one in the free agency, then I would opt for the draft to get a young guy, to come in behind these guys.
Mm-hmm.
So
no,
I'm fine with that.
Yeah. I mean, you're talking some facts right there because, look, I look at the situation. Yeah, Dwayne Brown, he'd be great to come back at left tackle. We'll see what the situation is, right? You look at the situation. He's coming back from that shoulder issue. You look at the situation with Mekhi Becton as well. He has a history of injuries, even though I love Mekhi Becton. I think he's going to dominate this year. I don't think that you can necessarily go in this year and not have a young tackle, right, be ready. Even if he ends up sitting on the bench, or even if you end up sitting Dwayne Brown on that bench as a backup, right? That's good because we still need to have some.
Don't forget about your guy too.
My guy.
AVT.
Oh yeah. Oh well, AVT's coming back. He's not going to play tackle though, but yeah, for sure. I don't want to see AVT go back to tackle.
We can throw him anywhere.
Yeah, I mean, you technically, yeah. You know what, Colin? You speaking facts tonight, man. You speaking some facts tonight. Let's give Colin a hand bringing up a USC player. Let's go. Yeah, that's a good take. That's a good take. That's it. Fight on. All right.
Hey, Joe.
Yeah.
So just so you know, my favorite wide receiver of the Jets all time was number 19, drafted in 1996. You should know who that is.
Tell the people, for those of that don't know, say that man's name, please. Say his name.
Keyshawn Johnson, baby.
Oh, come on now.
Keyshawn Johnson. Throw me.
I'm loving this tonight from you, Colin. This USC talk is getting me even more fired up. You know what I'm saying? You called in tonight. You usually call in. You hate everybody else. I respect it. Be that hater. But you calling in tonight, and you're really bringing it. You're bringing it tonight. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah. But when you look at this Jets offensive line to get back there, right? You're talking about, right, AVT, left guard. You look at that tackle situation, but you also got to think about that center situation as well. I'm not a big fan of Connor McGovern. Right? That's not the guy I want to see brought back. Hopefully move on from him. And I think the Jets are probably going to be in line to get themselves a center in the draft as well, a young guy. But again, we also got to talk about the compensation that's given up for Aaron Rodgers. That's going to factor in to see where the New York Jets are going to be able to select and slot their guys. So you're bringing some facts, man. What are your thoughts about the Jets bringing in Chuck Clark, trading a seventh rounder for him, man? Do you think that spells the end of Whitehead on this roster?
No, I don't think that necessarily means Whitehead is done. When you look at the cornerback situation, right? We had Hall. What was it? Bryce Hall. We had Bryce Hall, right? That looked like he was going to be our number one cornerback. and then we got Sauce Gardner. So same thing with Whitehead. I don't know if he's at his highest potential, but again, if you can have a veteran guy, good quality guy that could come in, and Whitehead can maybe take a backseat to him and fill in. I think that's what Joe Douglas is doing. He's trying to bring in a mixture of talented guys that we can get to work with the younger guys. So I don't think that necessarily means Whitehead is gone.
Okay.
I just think that we're trying to, like I said before, we're trying to accumulate as much talent that's not going to cost much, because obviously Aaron Rodgers is going to cost the whole house.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a smart move. You get a guy like that for a 7th round pick or whatever it is. It's a no-brainer.
Yeah. No, you're speaking facts. So before I let you go,
we're probably going to see a lot of that happening with the Jets.
Yeah. I mean, you're speaking absolute facts. Before I let you go, Colin, give me one guy, one Jets free agent that you covet, that you want to see them bring back. One guy that is going to be out there that you want to see the Jets re-sign. Let me know, man. 614 Bill will come to you guys in a second. Give me your thoughts, Colin.
Yeah. There's a couple of guys, but I like the one guy that, when he's out there, he's hard hitting, and that's Quincy Williams.
Okay.
You got to bring him back. Yep.
Okay, yeah, that's a good take right there, Quincy Williams.
And you got it, and you need to sign Quinnen already.
Yeah, you do. I mean, and again, I think all of that is going to get worked out after this Aaron Rodgers situation. Looking at the cap, we'll see. But you're right, Quinnen Williams is a guy that definitely needs to be brought back. We need to keep him on this roster. You know what I'm saying? We need to renegotiate that deal and extend him. Listen, Colin, I want to thank you for calling in tonight. It got to slide off. You have yourself a good one, my friend.
Yeah, Joe. Take care, buddy.
All right. Listen, we're going to keep getting to these lines. Again, 515-602-9639. 515-602-9639 is the number. Call in. We're taking all callers. Next, I'm going to area code 614. Bill, hold on a second. We'll get to you next. 614, we're coming directly to you. You're looking like a new caller. Give me your name, where you're from, and give me your thoughts on the New York Jets chasing Aaron Rodgers.
Joe, it's Mac in Columbus, man.
Max, salutes. What's going on, man? How's everything going on with you? What are your thoughts? Jets chasing Aaron Rodgers.
Good, Joe. Good. It's just the waiting that's killing me,
Yeah, it is. I mean, we're waiting to see what happens. Everything's done. It's on his doorstep. And, hopefully he'll be able to tell the Packers go soon enough. But while we're watching all of these things moving and shaking, another thing that we're seeing is Jets players are coming out lobbying for him, talking about this, recruiting, talking about how much of an impact he would have on the franchise. What are your thoughts about that? And what are your thoughts about Sauce Gardner also saying, if we do land Aaron Rodgers, you're going to see other players want to come to the Jets and be package deals?
It's really exciting, Joe. I love the fact these young guys, our best young guys, are cheering them on, telling them to come in, telling them they're going to get other guys in here to come play. And, we've seen it happen before, and it's great. These guys aren't same old Jets, man. They want to win.
No, yeah, you're talking facts. Now, before I let you go, Mac, give me one Jets free agent that, you want to see brought back. Give me one guy you covet that you want to see New York Jets resign.
None of them except Quinnen. Well, Quinnen's not even a free agent, but
No.
You
mean Quincy?
Quinnen's not replaceable, Joe.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. Quincy's okay, but I like him, but we're dead weak in the middle of the field and on the edges, and we need linebackers who can cover. I like seeing all that, but it's an area that we need to focus on. And as far as signing that safety, he's a cheaper Whitehead, as good a player. And we need bigger safeties, and we need a ball hawk free safety. So I don't care if they let Whitehead go.
Okay. Listen, Mac, you're speaking facts. Look, I got to slide off. You have yourself a good one, my friend.
All right, take care, Joe.
All right, Matt calling in with some fire. We'll keep getting to these lines. 515-602-9639. 515-602-9639 is the number. Call in. We're taking all callers. Salutes to the Savages in the chat. They want to talk about Voorhees, man. Speaking of USC, I have GVH in the chat says, speaking of USC, Joe, what do you think of that USC guard after tearing his ACL? Listen, Voorhees is a monster, man. He's a good player. I think before that ACL tear, he was rated like maybe the 4th or 5th round. I think he'll drop a little bit because of that tear. Super strong, as y'all see. He set, I think it was 38. Was it 38 bench presses at the combine? I think he had the top bench press. I think the New York Jets could look to take him, especially when you look at the situation at the guard position, right? You got ATV, who's phenomenal. We're excited about him going forward, but Tomlinson is not looking very good and hasn't looked good since we brought him here. The New York Jets could also help. They could bring him in. Of course, he's going to have to heal up from that injury, so it's going to be some time. But he's a guy that you could look at the future at his depth as well. So he's a guy you can get in the later rounds that you can stash, have him heal up, come back, and I think he'll be able to produce here. I'm telling you, I really, really do. So I like him. Again, that late mid-round of the draft is I think where we can really get a steal with him. So we'll see what happens going forward. It sucks to see him tear his ACL, though. That would suck, man. That sucks. It does suck. But as you can see, the dude's strong as an ox. Strong as an ox. And he's got what it takes. So, we'll see if the Jets take him. I'd like to see it. Another USC guy on the line? We'd be monsters, man. Come on, let's be serious. That's all you need, baby. That's all you need. Just get a bunch of guys from SC on that line. Bill, we're coming to you next. We're coming directly to Bill, all right? Bill, salutes to you. I want to thank you for calling in. For those of you that do not know, Bill is a savage. Savage. Damn, he's a savage, man. Let's be serious. Bill, salutes. Thank you for calling in. We've been talking all night. Aaron Rodgers, the Jets are chasing him. What are your thoughts about the situation? What are your thoughts about the process up until this point? Compensation, contracts ready. How are you feeling about this, man?
No, thanks for having me. I know you're up against the top of the hour, so try and be quick. Yeah, definitely. This
Go ahead.
This is the way it had to go, man. It's they had to go. They had to get permission to speak to him. That means that they had discussions with Green Bay and they were good with it. The fact that he met with our team that flew across the country means that he was willing to listen. And the fact that we haven't heard of anyone else having any meetings is a good sign. So I think it's a matter of, I don't know what they're waiting for. I think maybe Green Bay, I've heard people talking about compensation leaking. So maybe Green Bay is just waiting to see if anyone wants to throw something else out there for a sweeter offer. But we're not hearing anything. And at some point, they have to make a move because they clearly can't. Green Bay can't bring him back. They want to start their new Jordan Love era. And, Rodgers is not retired. That's 60 million on the table. So, I think this looks good. It's just a matter of time. Fans have to be patient, understand how the process works. Free agency is going to open up next week, I think. So, it deal's going to be done before then. So, it may not be this weekend, but, it's not that far away before free agency opens, and they're going to want to get something done, I think.
No, listen, you're talking facts, man. I'm hoping that we bring him in sooner, but I'm telling you, you're already seeing guys caping for him. You're already seeing guys coming out on social media talking about him. Man, what are your thoughts about the Jets players lobbying for him the way that they are recruiting him? You even got Sauce Gardner going as far as to say, listen, we get Aaron Rodgers. You got other guys that are ready to come here as well. Packages everywhere. I'm paraphrasing, but package deals are everywhere. What are your thoughts, man?
I just hope that he didn't burn that cheese head that was the one he wore in Lambeau. I hope that was a different cheese head he burned.
Yeah. I was thinking that when I was watching it burn. I'm not going to lie, Bill. I was thinking to myself, man, I hope you didn't burn the real one you got, because that's like that's a moment. That's a real monumental moment. I hope you put that away somewhere in a safety deposit box and, you just burnt something that you bought off the internet or something. But, go ahead. Give me your thoughts.
No, to your point, everything that we see online, stuff going on behind the scenes, these guys can get his phone number, give him a call. So, I'm wondering, from what we see, it's coming from all sides, all different players. I saw Zama had something up there. Sauce and the boys were on Twitch doing some stuff. So a lot of players are sending these signals out, but I'm wondering how much is going on behind the scenes, how much communication is going on between the players, because, they don't have any restrictions. They can talk to any player they want at this point. So it's good to see. It's good to show him that he's welcome. It's good that that's a strong locker room because, people were concerned about Rodgers, a different kind of guy coming in. What's he going to do in that locker room? The locker room is fine. These are all grown men who want to win, and they understand that he's a personal, he has his own personal things he does on the outside that shouldn't affect the team. It's going to be in New York where anything goes anyway. So it's good to see. As soon as he's already probably committed. Like I said, I believe he's committed. He's ready to go. It's not a decision to make when they announce the trade, but I think Green Bay's waiting for it. I think the players, they seem to know something from everything you see. Just they put a lot of smoke signals out there. So
yeah,
just stay tuned to sit tight.
Yeah. What are your thoughts about the Jets trading for Chuck Clark, man? How are you feeling about that?
Yeah, it was a good move. When they got Hamilton last year at the draft, that's what Clark himself basically said he knew his days were numbered. So, he had him there for a year, make sure Hamilton worked out. Hamilton came on, and he's expendable, good for a seventh. I mean, you can't say no to that. All I read is a great character guy, hard worker, a guy's going to give you everything, be very versatile. So that's what they need. And if you're going to ask about Whitehead, yeah, he's done. So $7 million in the cap. $7 million in the cap that's going to be saved.
Damn.
So obviously he's got to go if you're going to bring in Rodgers. Some people have to get got and get gone. And this shows that's going to be one of them. So, thanks for your service, and got to move on.
Bill speaking his mind. All right. Whitehead's done. That's it. In the discussion, Joe. He's done. Okay. I respect it. Before I let you go, Bill, because the lines are hot, man, we're going to try to get a few more people on. Give me your thoughts, man. Give me one Jets free agent that you're looking at and you're saying, hey, I would love to see this guy resign with the Jets. He's a guy that I covet. Who's the guy?
I guess from the guys I've heard, because I don't know every free agent right now. I got to be honest, I'm not even looking at that at this point. But from the guys I've mentioned, I think I'm looking at Mike White. I really definitely think Mike White because mainly because because you're going to have Zach is not playing this year. That's just clear. I mean, the whole thing with Favre, bite my tongue, with Aaron Rodgers coming, Yeah, Rodgers coming. He's we all know that the expectation is that he's going to mentor and be there for Zach, show Zach how to play the game, teach him how to calm down and relax, get out there. So, we don't keep him mothballs the whole year. So we need someone who's going to be credible, especially with Rodgers. Rodgers hasn't missed a game in the last 5 years, I think I was looking at, but he's not getting younger. So to have someone in there who could be a good bridge, maybe kind of help with personnel, just to be just from the way the Jets do things, because Rodgers is his own man, but it's a whole new system, it's a whole new attitude, a whole new coaching staff. So to have someone who's been there continuously in the quarterback room is going to be helpful. So I think they have to get Mike White there, not just for backup purposes, but more than anything, just to kind of help with that transition, to be a guy who's going to be able to work with Rodgers and some of the things that, he's just one guy. He's a huge part of the team, but he's going to need someone to kind of help him get acclimated. And I think that's the guy you need.
Yeah, you're speaking facts. Listen, Bill, I want to thank you for calling in. I got to slide off. Next time I have a show, I want to hear from you, all right?
Yes, sir. Take care.
Right. You have a good one. Listen, Bill calling in with some takes. We're going to keep getting to these lines. Again, 515-602-9639. 515-602-9639 is the number. Call in. We're getting a little short on time. We ending the show in a little bit, baby. But we getting the Venom G's. All right? This is this boy, Venom. We're coming directly to him. For those of you that do not know, that boy, Venom, he is a savage, man. Woo! Savage! Listen, Venom, I see you.
What up, Joe?
Venom, I see you in the chat. Salutes. You popping it. You said, Joe, what are you giving these callers tonight? OBJ and keeping Connor McGovern. What the heck? Why not Adam Thielen? Give us your thoughts, man. You talking in the chat. Speak your mind, my friend.
Man, I had to call in, man. I heard all the craziness, man. Yo, oh, my God, man. Connor McGovern, get him out of here. Yo, why we wouldn't get Ben Jones from the Titans or somebody like that? Bring somebody like that here, put him in, man. Get Connor McGovern out of here. Yeah. Get Adam Thielen here, and and get Corey Davis out of here, man. Get credible guys that put in work that could last the whole season, that doesn't miss time. Those are the people that I would like to see. Some dogs that I don't see Adam Thielen drop too many, but we Jets fans, we take what we could get. Barrios gone, we got him out of here. Let's Joe, I think this deal with Aaron Rodgers is done. I think we just waiting to hear from him say, "Yeah, I want to go to New York." But I think this is signed, sealed, and delivered. I think we're gonna have A-Rod next season, man.
Okay. Everybody's talking about it.
So I think it's concreted.
Okay, everybody's talking about it. I'm hyped as well. I'm hoping that it happens, but we'll see. It's official when it's official. Now, again, Venom, we're getting short on time. Give me a guy, a Jets free agent that you want to see them bring back. Give me a guy that you covet.
Lawson, man. Lawson. Let's give it one more run after this ACL. He did good this year. Let's see what he's going to be like fully healthy, getting back out there. So I think I'd like to see a Carl Lawson back with him and
Well, Carl Lawson's under contract. There's some guys. There's some guys that are definitely going to be there, like Quan Alexander, Quincy Williams as well as a guy that's a free agent. Bryce Huff is also as well. Give me your thoughts, man. One of those guys? Is that one of those guys you want to see brought back?
Huff too. You're gonna have to bring back Huff.
Okay.
Huff, you definitely got to bring him back, and we're gonna keep Whitehead and get rid of. I think what's the other guy that was playing free safety? We're gonna get rid of
LaMarcus Joyner.
So, yeah, we got to get rid of him. Mm-hmm. And then put Whitehead over to free safety and let Clark do his thing at a strong safety.
Okay. Listen, I respect that. We'll see what happens going forward. Listen,
that's all I'm gonna take.
All right. Listen, Venom, I want to thank you for calling in. Next time I have a show, I want to hear from you. All right.
Definitely, Joe. Have a good one, man.
All right. Salutes, man. We're gonna keep getting to these lines. We got one more. Brick City. We're gonna come directly to you. All right. Brick City. He is a savage. Okay. Savage.
Yes.
Brick City, listen, we're talking Aaron Rodgers. We're short on time. I want you to give us your takes on him quickly. What are your thoughts about this process and how the New York Jets are going about it? Do you think Aaron Rodgers becomes a Jet?
Yeah, it needs to happen now. It needs to happen now. Is Aaron Rodgers a bust, man? Period.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I know Venom was the last caller, but no disrespect, my man. You was not bringing the Venom, bro. Carl Lawson can get cut. Carl Lawson can get cut. You know what I'm saying? I mean, no disrespect.
Why?
I mean, no disrespect.
Why cut Carl Lawson?
Because we drafted Jermaine Johnson. We got Michael Clemens for a reason. We need to re-sign Bryce Huff. We okay on pass rushes.
But are we?
I mean,
hold on a second.
Get me wrong.
Hold on a second. I hear you, Brick City, and I want to have this discussion. We got a little bit of time. I hear what you're saying, and there's a lot of Jets fans that feel the same way that you do, that want to get rid of Carl Lawson for whatever reason. He was second on the team in sacks. He had 7, right? He's coming off an ACL tear.
Right.
Listen, the second we signed Carl Lawson, he was never going to be a 16 sack guy. He's never been that in his career. The issue that I have with a lot of Jets fans is believing that getting rid of him somehow makes the pass rush better. It doesn't. The reason why other teams in this league are successful is they have multiple pass rushers. That's what you have with the Niners. Multiple pass rushers.
The reason why I say that, brother,
when you look at Quentin Williams, Carl Lawson.
Jermaine Johnson.
Yeah, but Jermaine Johnson hasn't shown you that he can give you the same numbers that Carl Lawson has. Jermaine Johnson was injured quite a bit this season as well.
He had a rookie year.
Give me your thoughts.
He wasn't in the rotation like that, but Jermaine Johnson was definitely been more on in the rushing game, stopping the run more than the pass rusher.
Mm-hmm.
But he wasn't. You know how defense was, is rotation after rotation after rotation.
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying contract wise, Bryce Huff as an undrafted free agent has been showing some things. And I feel like as a cap casualty on the defensive line, Carl Lawson will be that cap casualty. To me, Brick City, James Boatwright, I'm saying my whole government, as a Jet fan, want Carl Lawson going from the New York Jets.
Mm-hmm.
No, I do not. I know I do not.
Mm-hmm.
But as a business move, saving what, 15 million?
I think it's something
and we
like
got
that.
Jermaine Johnson, Michael Clemens.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, around that ballpark, Michael Clemens, Jermaine Johnson, Bryce Huff getting the reps, younger guys, fresh legs, getting the – yeah. I can see Carl Lawson going, being a casualty, but I don't want him going, but I don't think he's the type of guy to restructure after the Achilles injury as a business partner. I don't see him, if he's willing to restructure, yes, keep him. If he do not want to restructure, bye-bye, see you. It's a business.
Okay.
I like Carl Lawson. I wanted Carl Lawson, but it's Aaron Rodgers or bust, man. I mean, Aaron Rodgers, and me and you talk, brother. It's been a month since the last time we spoke. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
And when I was on the Derek Carr. Derek Carr, you are a vanilla pudding type of person. I'm going to say that. Respectfully for your channel, brother. You are vanilla pudding. You got Kool-Aid in your heart. You could have came here. It's not about the money. You couldn't deal with the pressure. You want to go down to New Orleans when they are rebuilding. The Saints are rebuilding. You could have came here.
Listen,
I got to rant a little bit. I'm
Brick
sorry,
City,
Long
listen,
Beach.
I hear you.
My God.
I hear you, but listen, at the same time, the Jets had to prioritize Derek Carr. I don't think they did. He decided, look, if I'm not a priority, I'm going to move on, and that was that. He was ready to go. He told people in Indy, he told people, I want to sign somewhere quickly before free agency starts. I want to quickly get things done. And the Jets, made it very clear, Aaron Rodgers is our priority. So he decided to move on. Quickly, give me your last word. I'll give you a minute. Go ahead.
But do we really know that? But hey,
it's obvious.
What happened? But
Go ahead.
Derek Carr, vanilla pudding in your heart. It's Aaron Rodgers bust. We get Aaron Rodgers. It's Super Bowl, man.
All right.
Super Bowl bust. We get Aaron Rodgers here. It's not,
All right.
It's not about the playoffs no more. You
Yeah.
bring in a talented quarterback like Aaron Rodgers. It's Super Bowl or bust.
Okay, Brick City, listen, I got to let you go. I'm short on time. Next time I have a show, I want to hear from you, all right?
Oh, man.
Have a good
Definitely,
one.
brother. Definitely, man. I got to hope.
Listen, we gotta cut the show off. We're getting short on time. I will say this. I do not want to see Carl Lawson get released. I don't want to see that at all. I really don't understand why Jets fans think that that's the way to go. We need multiple pass rushers. I like Jermaine Johnson. I want to see this kid grow and get better. But even if he does get better, why can't we have a supreme rotation of pass rushers here? Why not? That's how the Giants won a Super Bowl. They were just sending guys in waves, okay, in waves. Carl Lawson is not breaking the bank as a pass rusher here. He's not. $15 million, excuse me. It would save the Jets $15 million, and hopefully he does restructure. I would like to see us get a bit of money back. But, man, come on. Getting rid of Carl Lawson after a 7-sack season coming off of an ACL tear. Can you imagine what he'll be able to do this season? He's wrecking shop with Quinnen Williams, right? Bryce Huff, hopefully, we'll bring him back as well. You add Jermaine Johnson, we'll see what happens going forward with him. I don't want to see that. I want multiple guys. I want the Jets to add a pass rusher in this upcoming draft as well. Let's really get like the Niners. Let's really send pressure. Let's really take people's heads off. That's what made the New York Jets defense one of the top defenses in this league compared to last year when we were at the bottom. We finally have a pass rush that can get after a quarterback. All right. So salutes to everybody. I got to shut the show down. It's a 2-hour show. Salutes to all the savages. I'm the man of the people. I'm here for the people. Let me shamelessly promote my Facebook page. Everyone go on Facebook, search The Long Beach Joe Show. Like that page. My content's up there. Go ahead and give it a listen. Message me. I'll message you right back. I love going back and forth with folks about this football team. Also, leave me some feedback. I love hearing about what you folks think I do here on The Long Beach Joe Show. I'm also on Twitter as well. At The Long Beach Joe. At The Long Beach Joe on Twitter. Okay. My personal page is at YoungJ000. Okay. And when you see me, follow me, I'll follow you right back. And if you want to troll me, there's no issues. I am the troll that lives under the bridge, and I will have my Vera Tucker jersey on at all times. At all damn times. When are y'all going to wake up? That man is dominant. And he's going to be dominating next year, too. USC, fight on. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. So we'll be trolling. I'm also on YouTube as well. Come on over to YouTube, all right?
90
Long Beach
seconds.
Joe Jets, Long Beach Joe Jets on YouTube. Subscribe, hit that notification bell, give the videos a thumbs up. You want to troll me, hit me in the comments, and I'll troll you right back as well. And as always, people, when I see you in person, because I will see you in person, I'll be outside. I'll be outside. I don't hide. I'll be outside. When you see me in person, it's arms out, chest open, free hugs for everyone. The hugs will always remain free. They will never cost you. No matter what anyone tells you, the hugs will always be there for you. Thank you for calling in, interacting with me anyway,
seconds.
Watching my show, giving my videos a thumbs up. Anything that you do to interact with me and my show, I want to thank you folks. Without you people, I am absolutely nothing. Thank you for taking the times out of your day to interact with your boy. You folks have a good one. Peace. Hold on a second, folks. Pow. Okay, we're back. Listen, salutes to everybody, okay? For those of y'all that are new, okay, we do these shows year round. As y'all see tonight, I know I have new callers, new people that are coming on by, subscribing to the channel. Salutes to everybody that's done that. Thumbs upping or giving the thumbs up to my content, sharing my videos, all that stuff. Again, exclamation point links. I should have in the chat. 1 second. Exclamation point links. Okay. That's my link tree. My link tree has the links to all of my social media platforms and all of the other YouTube pages I have. There's content coming for my other YouTube page. My reaction page should be up by, let's say, next week. Okay. The end part of next week, it should be up. Okay. Content coming. I told y'all. All right. We working, moving, and shaking. Okay. Other content is coming as well. Be patient. Believe me, we're getting to that. So please check those out. Subscribe to all those channels as well. Also has the links to all of my social media platforms too. Follow me, man. Follow you right back. We can go back and forth. I'm a guy you could talk to. I know, different people do different things. But if you talk to me, I talk back. Just be respectful. We can have respectful debate just like on this show. All right? Don't be hitting me up with no crazy messages. I just ain't gonna pay it no mind. You know what I mean? I want to talk with folks that want to talk football. I want to talk, and some people hit me up and just talk about life. They say I give great advice. So hey, you want to hit me up and talk about life? We can do that as well. All right. So there's all my social medias, all this stuff. Right now, keep in mind that again, we do this show year round. We also do live radio shows directly after games if my schedule allows. We watch the games together. We do live reactions during the year. During the season, we'll watch the game together if my schedule allows, and then after the game, we go straight directly into a live radio show. And as y'all know, some of the guys that's been in here, some of the Savages have been around for a long time. Those shows can get wild. Keep in mind on my show, I do not allow cursing. Don't call into my show cursing. I'll get you out of here fast. I'm talking fast. I don't allow that. This is a family show. We have young people that listen. We have older people that listen. I cannot have that on my platform. Don't call in here cursing. I understand that this team is frustrating. They can make you frustrated. I get it. But that's not what's going on over here, player. Just respect my platform. And you folks are intelligent. I know that you can talk to me. I know that you can voice your, frustrations, your anger, or your takes about this football team without cursing. I know y'all can do that because y'all do it so well every single week. So I don't really have to worry about it, but I just got to put it out there, for different people that are moving and shaking around, right? Also, again, we do the show year round. We do the live radio shows. This number right here. Okay, I'm going to tell y'all a secret. I think Val's still in here. Val Outlaw, he hates this, okay? This number right here that y'all see, clearly that's the number to the show. Now, my shows, they bounce a little bit around, okay? My schedule's wild. They bounce about a little bit. So that number is the number to the show for the foreseeable future. It won't change unless I tell you, and it's not going to change, right? Now, my shows start at about 7 p.m. Eastern, pretty much every time. It's 7 p.m. Eastern. I announce when I'm doing my shows on my social media. I let everybody know. That's why you should follow me across the social media. Set up your notifications if you can. I announce it everywhere, even on my YouTube. If you call into the show at about 6:50 to 6:55, the lines are already open. So what people do, a lot of veterans, to get on the show earlier, they call in at like 6:50, and they just wait on the lines for about 10 minutes. Now, you'll hear me start the show at 7 p.m. Eastern. I usually give my little spiel, some takes I have, right, on whatever we're going to discuss. That's usually about 10 minutes at the most. I keep it brief because I want to get to y'all and get y'all takes. And then I go directly to the lines. And so the people that you hear earlier on the show is because they call in very early and just wait. It's an old trick that some folks figured out. And so I just spread it around so that everyone gets a fair chance to get on early. Val cannot stand when I tell people this because he's a hater. He don't hate on me. He hate on y'all. Clearly he wants his shine. He wants his time. You know what I'm saying? And he wants to get on earlier than everybody else. So, you know, y'all see Val laughing. He ain't really laughing. He laughing at y'all. You know what I'm saying? He laughing at y'all because I've been doing this for years. I'm going to keep on doing it. That's what he doing. I'm telling you, that's what he doing. Okay, I'm just saying. I ain't got no problem with Val. You know, we go back and forth. Nothing but love. But he hate on y'all. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. So that's how you get on earlier. We have a lot of fun doing that. Also, listen, I respect all fans across the fan base. I don't care who you are, where you're from, what you do. Any opinion that is brought here is respected. Okay. I may disagree with your take, but I'm never going to blast you or talk crazy or nothing like that. We can go back and forth, have passionate discussions. I don't allow people trying to call in here and just over scream me. I'm not having that. Not having it. Okay. Not having it. All right. Let's have respectful debate. I will absolutely give you more than enough time to make your point. But, just be respectful when you call in here. And again, no cursing. And, again, my wait times are not very long. As y'all saw tonight, we had callers we were cycling through. Generally, I'll give you about 5 to 8 minutes to make your point, give me your take, and then I'm going to have to move on. You know what I'm saying? So that's what it is. GVH says, oh, wait, you mean 350 PST? Yes, it's 350 PST. That's when the lines open, and that's literally when people be calling in. Some people be on earlier than that. I don't know how they do that. I take it up with Blog Talk, okay? It is what it is. But that's what some people be doing, all right? Also keep in mind, for my newer callers, when you call in, I can see you. I have a queue system. So I can see you. Literally, I can physically see you when you call in, okay? So when you call in, don't call in and hang up, call in and hang up, call in and hang up. Because what that'll do is put you at the bottom of the list. That's what it'll do, all right? And again, I respect people's time, so I cycle through my list from, who's calling on down, all right? So if you're new, just call in, wait your time, and believe me, I will get to you. I will get to you if I can, okay? I think we only missed one. I think Chris, again, we'll hear from you next week. But again, as the show keeps rolling, there's more people calling. We're cycling through, but I want to get everybody's takes, all right? So we try our best to get to everybody. And again, my hold times are not long at all. Also, look, I don't care if you've been a Jets fan for 3 seconds or 30 years, okay? When you call in here, I cycle through that way. There's some people that have come to me and said, Joe, I've been a Jets fan for 40 years. When I call in, I need to be first on the line. And I say, no, that's not how it works here. That's not how it works here, okay? I don't care who you are, all right? If somebody called in before you, that's who's going to be in here, and I'm just shutting that down at that, okay? I love and respect all Jets fans. We have people that call in that aren't even Jets fans at all. We have Patriots fans, Bears fans, Falcons fans, all kinds of Raiders fans. Y'all watch these past shows. Raiders fans were calling in, and I welcome them to do that. We talk about this team. We bleed green here. You see these two guys, you know what I'm saying, next to me, all right? I'm excited about this football team, but listen, I respect everybody. So I don't care if you've been a Jets fan for 30 years or 4 minutes. Don't care, okay? We're going to go down the queue, and we're going to figure things out that way. Also, when you call in, make sure your phone's good, all right? Don't call me from a phone that you found in a Home Depot dumpster. I need to be able to hear you. Call me with some wiggity-whack headset that I can barely hear. You know what I mean? Come on, man. Put the Disney headset down. Bring me to your phone because I need to be able to hear your takes, and so does my audience. If they can't hear you and I can't hear you, if we can't accurately make out what you're saying, how can we have a discussion? You talking to me, it sounds like wop, 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 Joe, wop, 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 Joe, wop, 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 Aaron Rodgers. I don't know what you saying, bruh. I don't know. People calling me as they flying down the street to get a grilled cheese sandwich. Oh, Joe. Look, I love that I talk to y'all, and this is what I do this. I'm all about exchanging information and ideas, but I need to be able to hear you, okay? I need to be able to hear you. All right? Come on. Just get a good phone and let me be able to hear you, all right? Also, background noise, can't have that either, all right? If your background's crazy, I'm going to move on from you. I'm going to move on from you. So we do that. We also game on this channel as well for those of y'all that don't know. So if you see me playing Street Fighter or NBA 2K, which I got to get my game up on NBA 2K, my goodness. Got to get that together. Madden, Resident Evil, we've done it all. So if you check that out on this channel, you see me going live and you like, whoa, Joe in here playing games, going crazy on these fools. Listen, we do that here. Come on in, talk with your boy. We be talking about life and all kind of other things. Sometimes we still talk about the Jets then too. You know, I go back and forth with the chat. I game a little bit. We have fun. There's gaming content coming as well. So we do all that over here, man, and we have a blast. We have an absolute blast. I know people want to get me to get back to gaming more. My schedule is just so wild, bro. Believe me. Okay, but again, other YouTube channels, y'all check that link tree. There's content coming on the way. Also, if y'all want to see me react to something as well on my React channel, hit those comments and let me know. You know, put that link in that comment and let me know. Yeah, so we have a lot of fun, man, over here. So come join, subscribe if you haven't subscribed, and hit that notification bell. Yeah, salutes, man. GVH says no Pringle phone. Yeah, no Pringle phone, man. You know, I get it. GVH also says, how quick will you change up on Zach if Rodgers comes in? Here's the deal. I'm not going to change up on Zach Wilson. I think that Zach Wilson can be successful, but I think he needs time, right? And maybe he won't be successful here. That's a possibility. Maybe he'll have to move on to be successful. But I think that if Aaron Rodgers comes in, that's the ultimate help to Zach Wilson. Here's a guy he idolizes. Here's his idol. Coming in for maybe 2 years to help him out, help him figure things out. And then after those 2 years, it's Zach's time again to figure out, can he get it done? You know, we took this guy, high in the draft. There's a vested interest in seeing him work out, so I'm hoping that he will be able to get it together. New offensive coordinator, new plan. Hopefully they can put some things together, help him with his mechanics. Sometimes different quarterbacks, it takes, more time. And I'm not excusing his bad play. I'm the first person to tell you Zach Wilson sucks, And yes, I did want Justin Fields in the draft. Yes, that's very well documented. But we ended up with Zach Wilson. So I support him. You know what I'm saying? So we'll see what happens going forward. But Zach Wilson, and even if you talk to Jets brass, is still in the plans of being a guy that they're going to try to evaluate and coach the heck out of. So we'll see what happens going forward. Val Outlaw says, Zach Wilson got to be changed from the picture. It has to be Breece Hall because he was definitely carrying the offense beginning of the season. I have been getting a lot of requests. I might work on that. All right, we'll see. But, Becton, I don't think he going nowhere. You know what I mean? But we'll see. We'll see what I change it to as a new season. We'll see if I feel like it. But I've heard y'all requests, okay? Jeez. Hawkeye says, let's all do a little homework and get a mock draft going. I'm going to get those going, but a little bit closer to draft time. I'll figure that out, and then we'll be running mock draft streams as well. So that's coming too. Don't be confused. We're also going to be doing things for the draft as well, as y'all know, live radio shows, stuff like that. Yeah, a lot of the good plans is coming. But Hawkeye, yes, that's going to be happening. Live mock drafts. I just got to figure all the arrangements out, timing, and then we'll get that going. I'm thinking I'll probably have we'll work through the picks together. Y'all make a pick, I make a pick. We'll see what happens. Have a couple of drafts and sort things out. So we'll see that. But salute to you, Hawkeye. We will be doing those things. Val Outlaw says, I know the secret sauce. Yeah. The sauce is out, bruh. Venom G says, giving away Val's secret sauce. Oh, yeah. I'm giving it out. Listen. Call in at 6:50 p.m. Eastern. The lines be open. 515-602-9639. Okay? It's out there now. Again, Val hating on y'all. I'm giving y'all the real deal. All right. So salutes to everybody. Again, I got to get up out of here. My schedule's crazy. Val, GVH, Hawkeye, salutes to you. Venom G's, always good to see you in here. Randilla, always good to see you as well. Randilla says, Lawson restructure. Hopefully it is. I don't want to see the New York Jets cut him. We'll see. Randilla salutes to you. GVH says, Jermaine Johnson shows more rush power. Ain't nothing wrong with that. He picked where he was. Good show, Joe. Salutes to you and thank you for coming on in. Rob V salutes to you as well. He says cutting Lawson would be a huge mistake. I'm along that line of thinking. You need multiple pass rushers in this league. If you want to chase Patrick Mahomes around, you have to have a bunch of guys that can do that. I'm sorry. You're going to be chasing Deshaun Watson soon as well. And wherever Lamar Jackson ends up, which I don't think he's leaving the Ravens, but wherever he ends up, you're going to have to chase him around too if he's still in the AFC. So, yeah, we need as many guys as we can, especially with the history that the New York Jets have. We hadn't had a real pass rush since John Abraham before this year. So, we'll see. So, salutes to everybody, man, that called in, and kicked it with your boy. E-Manning, always good to see you in here as well. Rusty, salutes to you as well. Hopefully you'll be able to call in next time, Rusty. I want to hear from you, my friend. I think the next show we're going to be doing is Tuesday at 7 p.m. Eastern. Tuesday at 7 p.m. Eastern, I believe, will be the next show. Anything changes, I'll let y'all know. So salutes to everybody, man, that just came on by, checked in with your boy. AC, salutes to you. Jason as well, salutes to you as well. You know what I'm saying? Salutes to everybody, man, that just came on and interacted any way that you did with your boy. Soldier, salutes to you. Good to see you in here, too. Bree, always good to see you in here as well. Johnson, always good to see you in here, too, man. Salutes to you as well. Xavier Post, salutes to you. Good to see you in here, too. Daniel Santiago, good to see you in here. He says, hell no to Odell. He's the biggest diva of them all. There's a lot of people that don't want to have nothing to do with him. Nathan, always good to see you in here, too. Salutes. Dark Soldier, salutes to you as well. Good to see you in here in here talking about, everything, the draft, the team. Again, I think the Panthers are going to take Bryce. They're going to take Bryce Young. Kevin, always good to see you in here as well, man. You know what I'm saying? Giro, I hope I said that right. Jairo, Giro. Salutes to you as well. Good to see you in here too, man. Just salutes to everybody that came on by, man. It's always fun. Andy Taylor, salutes to you. Wild Wave. Jordan Victor, always good to see you in here too, man. Salutes to everybody, man. Christopher Phillips, always good to see you. Random Jets fan, good to see you too. Orlando C, Budgeting D, always good to see you in here, man. Listen, got to get out of here. Schedule's crazy. I got to move and shake. All right. Look, I'll see you folks Tuesday at 7 p.m. Eastern. Listen, be safe, okay? Be safe. The world is getting crazy, man. I don't know what's happening, okay? I don't know what's happening. But the world is getting crazier, all right? Sit down with your friends and your family, your loved ones, the people that you care about the most, and enjoy some good food, watch some good TV, and make those memories, man. Make those memories that, that matter, Let the people that you love know that you love them, Let the people that you love the most know, because you never know. You never know what could happen. You never know what could happen. Man, things are moving and shaking. Hopefully, we'll be talking about Aaron Rodgers being a Jet the next time we speak. Again, next show's Tuesday at 7 p.m. Eastern. I will see y'all. Salutes to everybody. Y'all have a good one.